Technodyssey?
Yeah. So then welcome to Technodyssey. We're a group. And, Josh, do you want to go ahead and go first, man?
All right. So, first off, just me. I'm Josh. I've been playing role-playing games and GMing off and on for about 3 or so years now. And in our setting, I'm playing Laura Vasa, and she is an afflicted woman who, by this society's standards, would be diseased, but in actuality, she just has a better connection to a sort of technological magic that she has access to. And for most of her, well, all of her life now, she's been living in the outskirts in this small mining town. And she works as a scavenger. She goes out and finds things to sell and trade. And that's pretty much it for me.
Nice. Matt, you're up. Go ahead. I think Matt's having some technical difficulties over there.
Or he's speaking in the technological language of our game.
That's right. And
so I'm probably the greenest for very long, but it was fun for a couple sessions. And now we're here, and this roulette idea is pretty awesome. My character is Knock the Lion Nilar. Renowned in the ring, in the arena. He'll be able to maybe elevate his status to the upper aisles where the elite live, and he's hoping to take his lifelong friend Laura with him. So his mission right now is to do that for her. Courageousness is his strength, but his fear is failure because he has this promise to himself and to Laura that he wants to get her up there, and so he's afraid of failing in this endeavor. So yeah, and so yeah.
Awesome. Matt, how are things going for you? Authentic.
I think he's doing.
Do not speak binary, unfortunately. And what I'll go ahead and do is I'll have Mutants and Masterminds and Genesis games, and I like to run, I like to play, and this is probably one of my favorite hobbies. The character that I'll be playing won't show up really in this game. You'll get to hear from him, but his name is Baron Hawk, and he is very, very different from. He sees the world very differently from Laura and from the Lion, because Baron actually is airborne. He is from one of the floating castles originally.
Okay.
So don't want to get too deep into that yet, since I'm GMing tonight and not necessarily playing the character. But somehow we all got together, and maybe that'll be fun to kind of have a flashback game at some point to kind of play all of that going down. But until then, you'll get to see more of that the next time. Well, when I'm not running. So since Matt is still out, well, I don't want him to miss this meaty part, though. I typed up something real good. Let's talk about the setting roulette from the others' numbered list until we had about 3 things from each of our players and members to create this technomancy world where there are floating castles where the most upper crust of the elite live, and these giant cities surrounded by walls split up between deserts of just desolate lands, and there are like magic naturally flows through certain kinds of people who are sometimes looked as blessed and sometimes looked at as cursed. It was a lot of fun as we built that up, and people tossed ideas, and then they started to be molded by our conversations and by everything else that was going on.
It's quite an incredible process. The amount of creativity that happened in such a short amount of time. The world building was just phenomenal. I thought it was just a hoot to be involved with. Everyone just feeding off each other. It was it was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my lighting here.
Well, I can do then. Since we're waiting, we have a...
Yes.
Yes.
Am I a normal sounding human person now?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I think I've
would you then like to go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah. So, yep, I'm Matt. I'm playing Nicola Crane. He's a student of the university. In this game, the university seeks to teach people how to create constructs that control the magical energy. So instead of it being innate, or kind of you're born with it, or it manifests itself, you can create little constructs that harness it. So that's what I've been studying, and I'm part of a strike team that goes out and kind of identifies and let's say takes care of those that are
the end of college. Elon Musk was one of the first to envision the idea of a hyperloop, a high-speed system to move people from place to place.
All right. Oh, I'm so sorry, Matt.
Yes, it's also hilarious.
Your computer is currently in the middle of rising up in a mutiny. Well, okay.
This is here's brutal. I'm like,
say what?
I'll figure it out. Go
ahead. Good luck, man.
Yeah, best of luck.
So what I'll do then is, to make sure that you don't get left out, is I'll give the opening scene, the little bit of what's going on to start us off, and if you have to back out and jump back in, I'll make sure that you get all that information, and I'll just send it to you so that you can see it. So, starting off then, we're going to start our first game of Technodyssey. Once, our planet was a green land full of life and harmony. Everyone had a roof over their head. No belly ever went empty. Magic aided all, and all worked together, neighbor with neighbor, for the benefit of their community. Then the cataclysm came. Seas dried up, and rivers turned to dust. The once green world turned brown, baked in the sun. People changed. Life dwindled with the few survivors huddled around wells. Some wells dried up while others sustained. But the people found a way. And the world went on. Generation upon generation passed, and eventually cities were built around the most sustaining wells. Those with the vaguest memory of technology devised ways to expand from the wells. Generation upon generation passed, and the cities grew and grew, outward and upward, until the time came when the most elite, the airborne, placed their castles into the sky where water could be harvested from a new source, the clouds. A new threat to the cities arose from the desert. Enormous, terrible beasts began to attack the cities and wells, again reducing the people's numbers. The airborne, seeing the plight of the grounders, backed an effort to protect each of the remaining cities through the building of walls. The driving force behind the initiative was an airborne named Hellstern. The grounders, forever in the debt of the airborne Hellstern, named him their king, and the world went on. It did not take long for Hellstern to unite the great walled cities under his banner, nor did it take long for his rule to turn dark. In those times, people walked with their heads down. The now tyrant king's militia, the suppression force, carried out the law as judge, jury, and executioner. This would carry on as technology, cities, and the population advanced. For hundreds of years, life in the Great Walled Cities went on, the grounders being more and more oppressed, while the airborne became more and more elevated. Magic became mingled with technology, with many being unable to tell the difference, and few being able to manipulate the power. The tyrant King Hellstern ruled on, his power supreme, and his life everlasting, and the world went on. Then one day, Hellstern, the tyrant king, died. The tyrant king's death caused so much change to the lives of the grounders, but not nearly enough to mend the wounds between them and the airborne. Rumors have spread that the tyrant king held items of power to ensure his rule and longevity, that they have been secreted out across the world, available to those who would find them. Some search for them seeking glory, eternal life, or power, while others work to stifle the seekers, claiming none should hold such power ever again. And, though lesser in numbers, the suppression force remains under the guidance of a mysterious being known only as Faust. Most would say that life is not all good, but that it is better. Many walk with their heads held high, and others with their eyes on those pockets. And the world goes on.
Strike ship, and I'm, with a group of people. They'll probably find me off with the other technicians and people getting ready to scan while the soldiers gather up other people. I'm just preparing my data pad and making sure all my instruments are in order to begin.
All right. So, and a woolen cap on his head, curly hair springing out from beneath it, and he comes running up and he says, "Are you Mr. Tesla? I was told to give this to you from a man." And he holds out a folded piece of paper to you. A quick look at the piece of paper,
Okay.
You can see that the seal on the paper is already broken. He wouldn't tell me his name, sir. He was. All I know is that they called for me, and even to the point of religious fanaticism, and refused to use any kind of technology. So a page voice system has still been able to thrive in this community.
Okay. Just say, interesting, and I'll open up the paper. Is it made of some type of parchment? Interesting. I'll open it up
Yes.
and take a look.
All right. And then
Ancient
let me
scroll.
share this. You know what? And this is how we're going to take care of this. You see this, and you can see as reading through, and there is at the same time a great sense of urgency. And from there, you're going. It immediately strikes you that you're going to need to find the two other members of your crew. That you're going to need to get a hold of Laura and Knock.
Okay. So I imagine we have an established comm link of some kind.
As you get onto your comm link,
Comm link of some kind.
as you get, you're able to get a hold of Laura, and Laura, you are currently in the stands of the arena, and Knock is fighting. Tell me how that looks right now.
Well, how that looks is in this giant round, almost old school, like Roman-esque arena. Laura's crammed in between a couple of people. A big genetically modified, almost looking orc guy is like, she's somewhere between two of these guys that are like twice her size, and she's trying to squirm because even though she has good seats, she has to squirm and skill up to see because she's so short and tiny. But it's just loud and rowdy. People are screaming and cheering. There's a clash of like swords and the moving of mechs down below. And she looks at her her communicator and she clicks it on. Yes, hello.
And the sound is very loud in the background, Matt. Or Nicola. It is very, very loud. It's very difficult to perceive this.
So I imagine I probably instantly know where they are. And so I'll try and shout like, I've received a message. I need to talk to you. Can you hear me at all? Can you hear me?
Speak a bit louder. Message.
Laura, I'm just going to stand here and scream into my comm link in the middle of the street. Okay, I'll gather up all my things and stuff all my gadgets and doodads into my various pockets of my coat and head off toward the arena.
As you head off to the arena, the camera going back and forth from then this fight further back forward as you swing wildly and miss. At that point, leaving your back completely open, it kicks a leg back. The rocket thrusters kick back on to throw itself at you, completely tackling you to the ground. Both of your boots are kicking on, trying to be able to even begin with the fingers of your mech, just reach in through where the head would be. And it moves to the inside of this other mech, watching as these large fingers just begin to push through closer to its face. And then you see it from the outside again, and this thing is just smacking the ground with its mech hand, tapping. Giving up. You know what? Josh, what is the name of this Roman-esque arena?
That's interesting. Arena?
The Caesar. Nice. All right. So come, not necessarily running, but makes eye contact and hurries his direction over towards you. And
it's like an irritated fast walk.
An irritated fast walk toward you. And go this, and I'll get you guys to roll and show you the stuff you need to see.
Oh, look, it's Nicola. Oh, he looks kind of angry. Ooh.
Laura, I found this note. A young boy gave it to me. I need you guys to see it. Here, take this.
I take the note and look down at it.
And this is what you will see. A box for over a fortnight. This box must be quite special, for they secret it amongst themselves every few nights. I only bring this up because it has been weeks since our contact, Cherry Candy, has sent us any sort of missive concerning our work for her. It is my opinion that we must do something to remind her of our usefulness, and retrieving that box would likely achieve this. But I digress. I have vigilantly kept watch over this matter following the researchers until 2 nights ago, when, while following the researcher John's study, I was caught unawares by a group of thugs and have resigned myself to lying low. I do hope that my absence serves as a reminder of the urgency and gravity of the situation. Best wishes and good luck, BH.
Am I there, or is it just the two of them? I didn't.
Nicola, she
He
said,
means by prove our usefulness. I suppose we should go speak with our contact.
I suppose so. I guess we should prove that we're trustworthy, perhaps?
So we've all been together is, well, it used to be until weeks ago, we would receive a note with a piece of cherry flavored candy as a weight on it, holding it down. And it would give us instructions of something to do, whether we needed to go help X person, or we needed to steal something, or we needed to go fix something for someone, or there was some whatever we needed to do. Cherry candy, literally the candy itself, what we've grown to call it, is the person or the pseudonym that's been used for the person who has been contacting us. We've never met this
So we
person.
can just call our contact Cherry Candy because we don't know who they are. That's just kind of a nickname we've given them.
Right. It's literally a nickname that we've given them. It's in the circles that we are also able to run. Cherry Candy doesn't just do this with us. Cherry Candy does it with other organizations, with other groups or arms of people like us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we just
If
know?
we cover that, it'll be something that we would use for like another game.
Yeah. Okay.
That income is nice.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's head back to the hideout, see if there's another Cherry Candy laying there. Maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Can't reach out to this contact. We're kind of just at their whim, unless we see somebody in trouble and we can help out that way, I guess.
well, BH is a character that you all know. In fact, BH is the 4th member of your group, Baron Hawk.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
But the seal was broken when I received it, and I'll tell them that.
Interesting.
Could have been the messenger that brought it to me. Could have been someone else, someone who's intercepting our missives. We don't know.
Or maybe the cloud. Laura kind of chuckles and she says, or maybe Baron Cloud Dweller's finally lost his mind.
There's like a couple of lights and various like tools and gadgets and stands and little mechanical parts that he's been working on, and above it there's like a what we would associate as a bookshelf, but it's just lined with clear like looks like little clear plastic plates, but obviously once you run a finger over them, it's almost like a Kindle, so you can read. So yeah, that's what's in his little corner.
very nice. Very nice. Laura, describe something else in our hideout.
So in the hideout, off on like the right side, there is a ladder that leads up to a second floor that used to be in this building. It used to be a sort of storage area, but now Laura's kind of transformed it into her kind of pad. There's a torn up mattress on the floor that she sleeps on, and on the one side of the room there's a table just full of junk and full of the scraps that she's picked up on over the wasteland that she's still trying to sell. And on a smaller kind of stand, she has a pistol with a couple clips of ammunition, and her scavenging clothes, like this kind of beige and gray, almost like bodysuit of sorts with a vest. And then also scattered around are these like drained out energy cells and battery packs that she keeps around for a reason.
Very good, very good. And as you all,
And cue the cyber noise.
well, I'll just go ahead and give it to you guys then, and
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
there it is.
there we go. Beautiful. So everybody has success. Josh, with Laura, end up having 2 successes and 2 advantages, and Nicola has a success and an advantage. So immediately walking in, you see something odd. For coming in and hoping for something for cherry candy, you look over at the hearth, a warm place, a seating area in the main entryway of our hideout, and sitting over there, still in its case, is you see Baron's loot.
Like
With
an
your time,
instrument.
yes.
Okay.
Um,
Not
Like
money.
a loot?
How it's more of a true piece of music and a true sound that can come from it. And it's probably his most prized possession. And you see the loot, but you do not see Baron. Or rather,
Baron?
what you notice, there's nothing left on the table left around from cherry candy.
Mm. Yeah, so I walk in, see Baron's loot, and I look around and say, I don't see any cherry candy in here.
So,
Sure, let's do this then. Since you're asking to do it after the fact, with another success.
2 advantage.
2 advantages.
Yeah. Advantage.
2 advantages. Yeah. It's beautiful. You also pick up the smell.
A faint.
So can I pick up his flute and do like a perception or something like that?
For what?
I'm just like looking at it, like how long has it been here, maybe, or like I don't know.
Just by
picking
looking
up
at
and
the
checking it
looking
out.
at the loot, you would not be able to tell.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But I think I'd share, like, I sniffed the air, and I'd share with you guys, like, he hasn't been here for a while.
Okay, so it says, Dearest friends, I've recently come across some information that I'm sure our organization, us, will find most valuable. Professor Steen's researchers special our content of our usefulness, and retrieving that box would likely achieve this, but I digress. I have vigilantly kept watch over this matter, following the researchers until 2 nights ago, when, while following the researcher John's study, I was caught unawares by a group of thugs and have resigned myself to lying low. I do hope that my absence serves as a reminder of the urgency and gravity of this situation. Best wishes and good luck. BH.
So,
However, it'll be against 2 purples.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And the way
Okay, so I have 4 in intellect and 1 rank in knowledge education.
Yeah, I think yours is higher than both of ours.
I'm only good for a boost. I got intellect of 1, so I'm not going to be doing much contributing.
cool compounds, specifically trying to find chemical ways to power items that the university sends to him. He's an adjunct professor of sorts that you're actually familiar with.
Okay. So I'll relay this.
Yeah.
Oh, John's study. Yes, obviously. I was distracted by the parchment. It's so smooth, and I wonder how you would make marks on it. But I digress. And I would relay all that information to my friends.
And let's go ahead and do another knowledge lore roll. So this time, put all of those boost dice together, and this one will be against 2 purples as well. And let's throw in a black because in this situation, it's with everything that's going on, and you've got this answer, John Study. You're really kind of focused on this answer, and so John Study is kind of distracting you from finding this new information. So it'll be your roll with 2 boosts, but 1 setback and 2 purples.
Okay. 2 setback, 2 purples.
2.
Cool. So you have but there is a larger group that works on their own apart from it, and sometimes even head to head with you, known as the researchers. They call themselves that, and that does not necessarily mean that the entire group is a bunch of educated people. However, they're very proud to call themselves
The researchers, if you catch my drift.
Knock spits. The name of their research. Yeah. So then, not being much of a thinker, Knock reacts.
Ears up.
Yep, and Nicola will say, as long as you're getting your boots on, I suppose I'll grab some things. And he grabs a couple of baubles and little, cylindrical things from his desk. Stuffs them in his pockets.
And the image that we get from the 3 of you is that you all step out, geared up in off of your front onto your front stoop in this crowded city as people are walking around everywhere, armored.
So he will definitely slide behind Knock and try to make himself as inconspicuous with his giant bulbous head. Make himself, as inconspicuous as possible.
Sorry, what are they called again? The
Call them,
Go ahead.
call them cocoons, maybe.
cocoons or the bots?
Yeah, cocoons
So
or
they're not
bots.
really people. Yeah, the bots.
Bots.
You want to roll separately for different things? You may. For instance, if you're spending your time trying to hide, you can make a stealth roll. If you're trying to find an alternate route, you could use Streetwise.
Sure. Yeah, do we want to just maybe like duck in and let them?
We need to duck out of the bot's path, or to get to places in another way that people wouldn't necessarily think about.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe we know, like they tend to go this route, so we're gonna, take a few alleyways and whatever.
Yeah, maybe they have patrols that they're like we know they're patrols kind of thing.
Gonna be for you right now. This is thick as it is. It's you're having to figure what can I move through without drawing attention to myself. So it's gonna have a black in it as well. But
I'm gonna go boost for my peeps. Like my people with.
Can take in information and come to a rational conclusion. So, judging in the direction we're going and using her knowledge of the city, she points out certain side streets and certain pathways that we could go down that the bots wouldn't necessarily know about or think to go down.
Nice, nice.
Sweet. Yeah.
He's terrified of the bots, and as such, he's done a pretty good job of mapping out which way they go, which way they tend to go. He has little kids. He makes little baubles for kids, and they tell him, "Oh, I saw the bots over here." So he knows where they're going to go potentially. He has a pretty good idea where they're not going to go, and he kind of whispers that, "Oh, nope, 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 nope," and make a right, make a right.
All right.
And kind of scoot around.
So yes, let's do that boost die. But because this is also something that you've got a fear of, you're like, no. You're being fairly loud about your directions. You remember a shortcut. You put yourself into a shortcut that actually will get you there quicker.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, large, tall building, easily in the double digits on floors. You walk in to this building through these front glass doors. You're in a nice lobby, easily tiled. There's a receptionist at the front, and the receptionist. Oh, hello. What can I do for you? And you look around, and the place is pretty empty.
Yeah, I think this is where
People.
Oh, may I help you? May I help you find where you need to go? Maybe do you have an appointment?
No, we don't have an appointment. This is just off the cuff. We're here to get some research done, and we heard that this was a place to come to.
Some research. Well, we do have some researchers here, but this building, the Webster building, is very, very much made up of office spaces, sir. Some are used for research, some are used by law firms, some are used by tech firms. I couldn't help you if you were coming here to research. The library is down the street, just a few blocks.
No, or Mr. John's study. Is he about?
Mr. John Study. Mr. Study, and you watch her go over to her computer. Click, 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 click. According to our recognition software, Mr. John Study is not in the building at the moment. I'm sorry. Maybe if you come back tomorrow after 9.
Knock's gonna lean in all nonchalant. Oh.
I'm of one of the people who work at the facilities.
Okay.
I do.
So we know he's at home, which is good. He's at home, which is good. So Nicola's going to look frustrated by the here's the arena and rolls his eyes and look, madam, we just need to know. We need to leave him a message. Can you tell us what office he occupies? We'll simply leave him a message at the door. It will only be a moment, I promise.
Oh, she goes, absolutely. It's not an issue at all. And she gestures toward a little kiosk on the end of the desk and goes, you can leave a message through here and it'll be sent directly to his mail.
I'm going to use the parchment method. I know it seems outdated, but we're going to leave him a bit of parchment at the door of his office as a message. If you could just direct us to his office. And he's like bumbling. He's trying to find out where his office is. Yeah.
So you're trying to
deceive?
Yeah.
I guess deception, maybe.
So it's also already stated that, well, because he's not succeeded in trying to get here, and now you're trying, and so she's going, this is getting real antsy. So it's a black because she's already said you can come back tomorrow to do it. And this is away.
Or maybe she finds Josh's or Matt.
Upgrade.
It's 3 green. Yeah, I'm not good at it, but I wanted to do it because it'd be fun.
All right. If you've got 3 green, then it turns into a yellow and 2 greens versus a red. This happened, and she reaches in and then pulls out a box and opens up the lid. Piece of paper, and while you're filling it out, I will find a guard to go with you, and that's your threat.
Oh, so good. Oh, Jim, you're so good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm kind of like looking at them going, what the hell am I supposed to write on this weird piece of wood? Yeah, so I suppose I'll just start kind of like, we hear you've been on the hunt for BH. And I just kind of want to convey, like, we know what you're doing, and because I think our point is to make ourselves known as valuable to Cherry Candy. And if this is a rival gang, I kind of want to, like, let them know we're on to them. And,
but it's only a rival to us, right? Like, they work for her.
Got scuffled up in the process.
And remember what John said he was doing when Baron was following him.
Okay, he left
things over office, but instead of walking toward the elevator, walks toward the stairs.
Okay.
Because he's a believer, and we have to be.
3 flights to an interior office that has room 323, and it just says under it, John Setti, comma PhD.
So he'd be chatting up. I never brought the mix up. So what kind?
Or let's see, you could say 2 boost die to somebody specific, 4 boost die to whoever goes next in an attempt to use to use skullduggery or mechanics or computers to try to get into the door. You go 2 advantages and 2 advantages to go. All right, you've got advantage to pick the lock, and you've got advantage to sneak in.
Yeah, I think maybe so. Narratively, what happened?
She takes out a hairpin so she can pick the lock on the door and open it.
Okay, so looking at this door, you see that it's gonna be a fairly difficult kind of lock, because you're gonna have to, with this hairpin. Looking at this lock, it's a key card lock.
Oh.
So with this key card lock, using the hairpin, you're more doing it like trying to jimmy in through the door frame.
Yeah, it's like kind of like trying to slip it in, jimmy it in, and try to like click on that mechanism that opens it.
All right.
So which magic school did you take? I'm just curious.
She actually has the 3 primary ones: Arcana, Divine, and Primal. But as a class skill, she just has Arcana.
Okay.
Because wouldn't your like techno abilities be something you could use for this?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. But I took
it's like she probably could, but knowing her, she probably won't want to, because like when she does it, it's pretty obvious that she's doing it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
All right. So then, going against this lock, because you're trying to break in through the skullduggery. This is a harder lock to beat in the way that you're doing it. So it's going to be against 3 purples.
Okay, and I got 4 boosts.
And you've got 4 boosts. Let's add a black dice to it to represent that. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend a story point to upgrade that
Okay.
to a purple, or excuse me, a red and two purples. You realize that an alarm is going to sound.
All right. Let's see. Let's see.
There you go. So that's 2 successes.
Nice work.
Real good. And so with those 2 successes, you're able to jimmy it in there, and all of a sudden you realize, oh no. You keep going, and then the door opens just enough for you to realize that it's not locked shut anymore, and you're able to go. And the 2 of you can attempt to move into the room, or you can move into the room.
I'll try to just
Like find a light switch or look around. Yeah. What's in the room?
Yeah, make a vigilance roll, the both of you. This room is dark, and 1 purple. So 1 purple, 2 blacks for the both of you. And if you want to make those rolls separately, so you can offer boost die to each other, or you can do a team roll.
My vigilance is terrible, so yeah. So I'll just go, I guess. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So Nicola and Laura, the both of you have successes. So looking around this room, you easily are seeing that, like, you reach over, you're able to smack a light. Well, first, yes, Nicola, you find that light. You go click and turn that light on. And in this room, you easily see that there is a big, large, however, is not very large, maybe a total of, maybe a total of, I don't know, 15 by 15. So you're short distance from this entire room. However, with those 3 threats, you fail to notice that by flipping on the lights in this room and not having used the key card, immediately you also both notice 2 small little drones pop up on the side, and 2 more small little drones pop up on the side, and and you can give yourself a boost dice on this first roll, on your initiative roll.
Yeah.
However, Nicola, you're going to have 3 setback dice. So for this as well, if you'll click on where it says special rolls,
Yeah.
set up your dice, and then click where it says roll initiative, it'll immediately put you into a specific slot.
Jim, I just have a question.
So vigilance and 3 black, right?
Yep, there's no purples on this roll.
Matt had
Their roll. Oh, good.
Oh, shoot.
They're not going to be doing great things at all.
so just
Laura, you go. So you,
Yep,
you got
I
the
can go first. Yeah.
advantage on the other roll.
So you have,
Yeah.
again, everything in this room is going to be just short range for you. You've got 2 on the left side that pop up from a drawer that opened on the desk, and then you have 2 more that came out from a panel in the ceiling on the right side.
All right. So Laura, walking into this room, she spots the droid spots on the wall, and with her quick draw talent, she's really going to go to her holster and whip out her pistol as an incidental.
Nice.
And with the maneuver, she's going to aim at one of the droids on the right and fire.
Okay.
And they're at short range, you said?
They are at short range.
All right. All right. And 1 success. So that's 7 damage.
7 damage. Nice.
Yep.
shoots squarely over, and as they're just flying around, buzzing, maneuvering, trying to keep themselves jumbled up and out of the way, so he barely see. Anybody, it could be either of you. The gunshots being heard now.
Okay, so I guess I'll try and go.
Okay.
So I don't know how this works. I'm gonna bog us down in rules, Meyer.
Totally
so I'm
fine.
gonna pull out a small disc.
Okay.
It looks metallic in nature, but it has carvings and gears and widgets all over it.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna try and erect a barrier around me.
Okay, that's
And
not
then-
difficult at all.
Yeah, exactly. So when I took the skill rune, runes in the Tirnoff is the same as Arcana. So I assume that's what my devices are going to kind of be.
Yeah, absolutely. So then you're just doing a basic barrier.
Yep, basic barrier.
Let's see.
Can I get both of us? I know that adds probably a purple.
Adding a target will give you another purple, so it'll end up being two purples in this situation. And let's see, both arcane divine character selects one target they are engaged with. Sure, you're gonna get, and that makes an arcane blah. Default difficulty, yeah. If the check is successful until the end of the character's next turn, reduce the damage of all hits the target suffers by 1, and further reduce it by 1 for every 2 uncancelled successes beyond the first. All right.
Yep, that's definitely not difficult at all. So 2 purple is what you're telling me.
It's going to be 2 purples.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go.
So you end up having 4 successes, which means you're able to erect a barrier around yourself and around Laura, and it'll actually absorb 2 points of damage rather than just 1 until
So it
the end of your
increases
next
our
turn.
soak by 2 essentially.
Correct.
Cool.
All right.
And from there comes those.
Is there a cover in the room at all?
You can step out of the
It's
room.
like an open. I don't want to do that. I'm afraid of what's outside. So I'll just wreck the barrier and then kind of go in the corner and. Okay, I'm done.
Nice. So as you go in the corner, we're going to have one group attack you, and we're going to have the other group attack Laura. So their whole whopping. Okay. So, do you have any range defense at all, either of you?
Nope.
Okay. So then the first roll is going to be against Nicola, and since you're within short range, it's only 1 purple.
Bam.
Sweet. So that's total. That's going to be 7 wounds.
Okay, so my soak is 4. Is that right?
Your soak is normally 2, and then you raised it by 2 because of your barrier.
Okay, so I'm at 3 wounds. Okay.
And tell us how that looks when that barrier is absorbing damage.
So it's kind of like, have you ever seen Mass Effect?
Yes.
Where you're just kind of, it clings to you, maybe a few centimeters above your skin, but it kind of like ripples so they shoot little bolts of energy, and it just kind of ripples all over me. Yeah, like that.
All right.
Blue cascading ripples.
And the attack against Laura then. 2 successes and an advantage. So that's going to be it'll be 8 wounds.
All right.
As that one pew 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 starts shooting at you.
All right. And with my soak in the barrier, that's only 3 wounds for me.
Mm-hmm. And then comes the guard. The guard says, you hear from out the hall, "Hey, what's going on?" And you watch as Knock, you watch as he pulls a laser pistol from up beside his hip and moves on down the hall and knocks the door open. He says, "Get out of the office now!" And he's got the gun pointed at you and is yet to shoot. He will, instead, he's going to make a coercion check against your discipline, Laura, since he can't see, he's not able to see Nicola. So, Laura, what is your discipline?
Just 3 green.
3 green. Well, you say just 3 green. That means he's going against 3 purples to try to do this. And yeah, 2 threats. Immediately, with those 2 threats, you watch as this guard is, "Everybody get out of the way!" And you're, as one of the blasts that's just flying around the room, literally falls, like knocks him.
Right.
Knock, you're up. You're muted.
Talking to myself. Okay. Talking to myself. Okay.
Because that'll be his black die for his role. However, you will have a black dice because this is this man's job, and there's a part of him that's like, "I can't step away from this. This is my first time ever to find somebody doing the wrong thing in here."
So I get a blue and a black. I'm going to flip a story point and upgrade my check. And like, again, Knock really doesn't. Yeah.
At a situation where this has just started, and maybe with this situation that you know what's going on, you also realize that now you're kind of on the clock, because by doing this out in the hallway,
we don't even know what we're doing yet. We're just in this room. It's okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
maybe
there could be to even get to it. So right now, looking at the room, I kind of get that Laura's on the left, Nicola's on the right, moved around the corner, and there's some drones here, there's some drones here, and right there is the letter.
Yeah. So, hearing that, and before Laura moves, again, her analytical mind is taken over. She knows that it'd probably be best to her to take out the droids on the right before she moves over there.
Okay.
So she's going to fire at those drones.
Perfect. It'll still, let's see. You're still within short range, so it's a single purple. Awesome. 2 successes and a threat. We're going to use that threat. But with the situation, you're realizing it's getting heated. You're going to take a point of strain.
All right, and that's 8 damage to those drones.
8 damage. So you are going to the first one that you hit the first time. It immediately hits, explodes into a cloud of dust, but will also leave the second one kind of hanging in the air the same way you did the first one.
Yeah, and then since I have my maneuver left, I'm gonna go over, move to engage those droids, and take 2 strain for a second maneuver to pick up that item that Knock pointed out.
Yep.
Sweet.
So you've got the letter.
And that's my turn.
Cool. Next up, who is it?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna try pummeling this guy.
It's going to be against. It's going to be an average check, so 2 purples.
Yeah, an engage check. Okay.
Yep. The follow through ends up taking your fist right into the wall, causing 2 strain.
Okay. Okay.
On waiting for to put yourself at the very end so that your barrier lasts for as long as possible. Good job.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. So the first one, the ones that are completely still left alive, are going up against Laura. Here comes the boom, boom, zoom, zoom. Roll. 3. So that's going to be 9 wounds. It does it takes out the other one. That sound fine to you guys?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
It had 1 wound left in the first place, so
Yeah. So say, hey, took a strain, so it's out.
yeah, it took a strain, so it's out.
Hey, I just had a quick question. Sorry, Jim. I didn't take a maneuver on my turn.
Oh, would you like to?
Well, I'm thinking because of my protectiveness over Laura and she's getting shot up, can I have moved into the room and try to get like narratively, I just positioned myself in front of her to. I mean, you already shot her, but just in that, like, I think I'd be in there trying to get in there to help her.
Absolutely, you can put yourself into the room.
Okay.
And the guard is out. Let me get rid of that one. And Nicola.
I'll cut it off. What's that?
There's still the 1 set left,
Okay.
and they are unscathed.
So the one that's they are. Oh, that's awesome. So I'm on the other side, like diagonal is the object or
Correct.
the thing that they asked us, and I would put myself in harm's way in
No.
order to grab that.
So the ones that are remaining are on the left side of the room from the entrance. You moved into the right corner.
Uh-huh.
In the far right corner is where Laura is, and where the lion just ran to.
Should we just start running?
Oh, so okay.
So the
kinda what I'm
exit is
thinking.
actually
Did you-
right beside you still.
Did you grab it? Did you grab it, Knock?
Laura did.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and do. This is. Let's stretch the limits of what we think we can do here. So I'm gonna pull out a small device from my pocket. It looks kind of like a remote control, but instead of buttons, there are little like twirling things and sliders and like a gear in the middle that kind of hurts your thumb when you press it. And I'm going to point it at the drone that is remaining and try and do basically like an EMP, which I'm going to call a curse. So
Nice.
it's going to get like setback based on the amount of purple I get, basically. So
Cool. Are you just
I'll do
doing
like
basic curse?
yeah.
Cool. You're within short range, so you're going to be set up. So go ahead and make that roll against 2 purples.
So if I do 2, then it'll be like 2 setback on his next one. Is that right?
If successful until the end of the character's next turn, the target decreases the ability of any skill checks made by 1. There is not a stacking effect there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
I like it.
Success
Nice.
and an advantage. So you absolutely are able to get that thing, and you watch it really just start to fritz out. And instead of having the guns aimed at Laura like they were, they move, and then they move, and then they aim at the wall, then the ceiling, then back at Laura, and then back at the ceiling, back at the floor, turn around each other, back at the floor. And what would you like to do with that advantage?
With the advantage, I just can I give him? It says 2 advantage for a setback. Is that right?
It's 2 advantage for a setback,
So how
but you can also say like you
Another
can also
useful item. Another useful item,
can I
Matt.
give? Yeah. So okay, I mean, just like since I'm huddled in the corner and I have a good line of sight in the entire room, is there anything else in here that looks of value that I can snag or call out to be snagged?
Yeah.
Um,
Like a Rolodex with his address in it or something.
Yeah, or it's just like I'm looking for something that because I think he may have know something about what happened to our friend, like where they were, what
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't get any information about where the box might be, but he was the last person seen with it.
okay.
So
What?
yeah, like a Rolodex or like I don't know, a note like a calendar, like a data pad with a calendar on it, something like that.
You don't necessarily notice a calendar, but there is a in that drawer that the 2 drones sprung out from. You do find a data pad.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you'll have to move over to it to get it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so is that all of your maneuvers?
Yes.
Cool. So by moving over there, I'll let you take it back if you want to, but it puts you engaged with those two drones that are on the left side of the room.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. Top of the
So
round.
probably-
Who's next?
I can jump in and start slashing things.
Absolutely.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
Roll hack and slash.
So I see like they're both these drones are right up on you guys. I've seen Laura take a couple hits. I've seen Neek take a couple hits. I'm gonna call you Neek.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh,
Neek and
Okay.
knock. That's fine.
I like Neek. Yeah. So then
They're mildly annoyed with each other.
and I haven't so I just jump in there I want to keep you guys safe, and this thing's I can see it smoking a bit. Hey, these ones have taken damage or no? They're
These
just
are undamaged.
They're on the fritz though because of the curse thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, narratively. So yeah, I just jump in there. Where am I? Am I short or am I engaged?
You are short right now.
Okay, so my maneuver, I get in and engaged. I don't have any awesome talents yet, so I'm just gonna take an attack on them.
2
So
purple.
that's 2 purple, a green, and a yellow. I'm gonna flip a point and upgrade.
Okay.
Just because again I'm so defensive for these people. I care about them, and that's like basically my only drive is to make sure that they're safe.
Okay.
And so it goes to 2 yellow and a green, and then the 2 purple. Come on! Failure and 2 advantage. I am the worst
You know what?
gladiator ever.
You're not in your mech.
Yeah.
So here's what I'd like to do. All right. If you guys don't mind, since we're in this first game and we're still trying to get used to our characters along that line, in this situation, you went after this guard to try to keep the exit open, and then you see that Laura's getting attacked, and you ran right in there to protect her. And even now, you just said, "I am trying to take care of these people." That's very courageous, and we should add a boost dice to that roll.
Ooh,
because you're playing to your strength.
I like that. I'll roll it. Come on.
All right.
Oh, 4 advantage. Okay.
So it's still a fail, but that's 4 big advantages.
Yes. So I don't do any damage, but can I have maybe I'm able to bat them, so I don't do any damage at the sword, but the side of the sword maybe bats them up into the wall, and it does some kind of strain. Like they don't take strain, but they.
Right.
I'm thinking they.
So,
that would be wounds in this case for them. Yeah.
Right. So with the way that kind of what you're talking about is the same thing as like knockdown with the fists.
Okay.
Like when you fight unarmed, but to make an effect like that happen, you have to hit it.
Okay.
Unless it's like grenades. That's one of the thing about blasts is that even if you miss, advantages can make it set off.
Okay.
Or perhaps in kind of the same vein, like as if you're trying, like if you missed with 4 advantage, maybe the drones try to dodge out of the way and like they smack them into each other, perhaps.
Yeah.
Or even
this is a pretty small room.
So let's say that them smacking into each other makes it very easy for whoever tries to attack them next to hit them.
Okay. Yeah.
So you could say whoever goes next, because they're doing such a good job dodging you, that they're only dodging you. They've put themselves right in the middle of somebody's shot. Whoever goes next.
Okay.
Go ahead, Laura.
Because that gives 4 boost dice now to them.
All right, now go ahead and take a shot.
You're like, perfect. I'm doing this. We're going, because you're firing into melee.
Yep.
It becomes a red and a purple, but it only will hit. Actually, yeah. So right now they're both engaged with it, but that doesn't make it 2 reds. It's still just a red and a purple. If you happen to roll a despair, and if you roll a despair and would normally hit, it will hit one of your party members instead.
Yeah.
He could use a maneuver to jump back out of engage, though, and then lower the difficulty just to 1 red, couldn't he not?
No, it's not
engaged.
It's not her engaged. It's the 2 of you that are engaged. It's Nicola and Nock that are engaged.
Okay.
All right. Well, wish me luck, fellas.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
There you go.
So that's 10 damage.
That's 10 damage.
Bullets go flying out of her pistol.
Yeah,
Bullets easily go flying out of her pistol as you take one down, and the other one looks very similar to the way that you've been hitting the other two, leaving it barely floating by one of those propellers. But that one strain is, you know, that you could have hit one of your friends, and so that threat is going to be one strain on you.
Yeah.
From there, who's up?
So I guess it's. Oh no, that would have been 2. Oh no, I see. So I guess it's me.
Oh
So
no,
the last
I apologize.
one is.
You're right. That first one.
So okay.
That first one was
Yeah.
knock attacking. So this one is attacking into, is going to be attacking knock. After knocks come right up into it, starts punching, swinging, and getting real into its space. But that's going to end
still
up
cursed.
Still cursed, exactly, and it's going to also make things easier for y'all as you go along. Because
I also have a melee defensive 2. Just heads up.
well, this is not melee; they're shooting at you.
Oh, right. I have a range defensive 1.
Okay, got that added
Yeah.
in. So it'll still be 2 blacks. And also something for you to know, if when you do your next attack against them, any opponent engaged with a character, when the character makes a ranged attack, no matter who the target is, gets to add a blue dice to the next brawl or melee check against it.
Cool. Okay.
And because they're currently engaged, it also makes it be 2 purples. I'm going to spend a story point to try to upgrade that dice to really hit you, man. So I've got 2 yellows, 2 purples, and 2 blacks, one from curse and one from your ranged defense. 2 fails. Big fails.
Yeah.
No threats, no advantages, just pew 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 as the shots are flying wild and hitting the parts of the wall.
Nice. I'm good at dodging. I like it.
Nice, yeah. And who's next? Nicola?
Yeah, I guess it's me. So
Perfect.
We got to get out of
they're
here.
still
Man.
hanging on. I think you guys got it. So I'm gonna get into the hallway and take a look around and see, because you know, Nicola's mind is working overdrive, and he knows that we're probably being watched. So he's gonna go outside or out of the door and see what's going on.
So getting out of the door, first you're gonna have to take a maneuver to go from engaged to short, and then it'll take another one to get out the door.
So that's my action.
Or if you want to spend 2 strain to do it.
So I think that's probably fine, because I definitely want to take a look around and do and kind of perceive my surroundings. So I'll do the 2 strain.
Okay. Are you so you're actively looking for something then? Or
yes,
what do you
alarms or like flashing lights or any more robots coming or bots or drones or whatever.
Gotcha.
So am I doing like a perception or?
Yes, it'll be a perception roll, and it'll be versus a single purple. And we're going to add a black to that because in this situation of high stress, you know that you're on that timer and you're trying to find something quickly.
Okay.
Awesome, and you've got a success. Yes, you find with an easy look, you see that they're in that corner. There's a camera all the way down the hall. At the other end of the hall, there's a camera, and both of them seem to have been pointed toward your direction.
We gotta go.
Yeah. Okay.
Top of the round.
Tell me how you guys feel with this, but I think I would yell at Laura to get out and then try to hit this. Oh, wait, is it gone?
No. That's an incidental. You're fine.
No, but we still have a thing floating around, right? One of those.
Yes, there's still one remaining.
Yeah, so I think narratively I would yell at like, Laura, get out of here. And then I would turn and try to take this thing down again.
Go for it. Make that attack roll. You end up getting a boost dice on it this time because you were engaged with it while it was trying to shoot.
Okay. So then that's 1 yellow, 2 green, 2 purple, a boost die.
And if you want to aim, oh, okay, there you go.
Well, I have an idea because I forgot I have the Fleet of Paw. So after I hopefully kill this thing, then I can take 2 moves with no strain. I can take like that second maneuver.
So how many wounds do you do to it?
Okay, so my sword, it's just a basic sword, is 3 damage. So +2 is 5 damage.
Okay. So it is still flying on 1 propeller.
Okay.
It's like a decacopter.
Yeah.
It has 4 soak and 4 wounds.
Okay. So then I think at this point, well, no, because Laura hasn't actually left yet. I was gonna say I'd move to the door and try to just try to leave this broken bot behind, but yeah. I think I'll just stay engaged with it. I'll just leave it like that.
Okay.
I should have aimed. Oh well.
So next.
I can take this slot. So
Get him, Laura.
Laura, hearing Laura is going to, before she leaves, just fire her pistol one more time.
Nice.
All right. It's a single red because you're short.
Yeah.
If you roll a despair, you hit him.
All right, I'm still engaged. Okay.
Woo.
Nice.
All right. So how you do fight at least 5 points?
That was 7.
Perfect. With that 7, you watch that drone drop. What do you like to do with those 2 advantages?
All right. So with that 2 advantage, I'm actually just gonna give myself another maneuver. So I'll spend both my maneuvers to just like walk out of the room and start moving down the hallway.
Do you have a sassy quip? You know, Knock was like, "Get out of here! I'll protect you," and then you just do it yourself.
as she's going out of the room, she's like, "My hero."
Yeah, because I imagine they have such a playful banter, like growing up together. So it's just like, oh, jeez.
So out in the hall, which way are you going? Are you going to use the stairs that you used?
No. She's going the opposite direction.
Don't forget, you do have a story point. So since there are stairs, we never really said where the stairs were inside of the building. So if you'd like to spend a story point to go, there's an exit door that leads straight outside from the stairs at the first level, both outside and inside. We can just go straight out that way. You could spend a story point to do something like that.
Yeah.
Or you can go.
I like that.
We look out that window that he was looking through, and we can see that the next roof over actually is only. It's like only 1 story down, so we can try to make this jump.
I like that
sounds,
actually.
That sounds more fun.
Yeah, that sounds cool. So, flip the story point.
Damage is really bad.
Yeah.
All damage is horrible.
Cool. So you're spending the story point. So since there's a place for you to jump to, the place for you to jump to is obviously safe as well, and it's not going to cause damage if you can make the jump.
Yeah. So
just to let you guys know, the last game I played with Jim, I was taken out of the game from falling out of a tree. So this is
because falling damage is stupid.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not digging these odds. Okay, let's see it.
Cool. So there's a window. It turns out that window opens easily, and the next building beside you is only 1 story lower, so it's a 10-foot drop. But you've got to be able to make a jump that is. You're going to need a running start, and it's a medium range, or it's a short range.
Right? This is athletics.
It is going. That's an athletics jump.
I'm athletic. I like this. Okay.
Unless you can give me a reason that you use something else.
Coordination. That's more like landing. I'm good with athletics. You said 2 purple?
Yes. So what it's going to do now is that seeing it down there, it's going to take you 2 maneuvers to get to the end of the hall.
Okay.
So if you want to spend your strain, you can do maneuver, 2 strain, jump. or you can do maneuver, and kind of save your strain so that the next round you jump.
So we're done that round then. Laura killed that bot. Was that the first move of that round? I guess we're out of combat now. So is it just narrative at this point?
Well, we can go to narrative, but you're still on a timer because from outside, let's see. So when you make it to that window from outside, you do hear the sound of the horns that the suppression force, letting you know the suppression force has been contacted.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I think we just book it down the hallway. Somehow we know it. Yeah. So what's narratively? How did we notice this? Like we just saw. We didn't really discuss that. I guess. So we just noticed. Like maybe one of us run to the window and we could see that the roof.
Who spent the story point?
I did.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Tell us.
So yeah, I mean, like I think like it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's just like the next building over from the window. Like looking down. Oh hey, roof. Like it's a jumpable distance. So.
Okay.
Nice. So points it out. Y'all are looking around, going, "Let's go!" And I'm going to need athletics checks from everybody. If you want to, I highly suggest telling me what order you're going to make these jumps, so that you can give boost dice to whoever goes next.
Nicola's going last.
Yeah.
Please, just let me go last.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that is there like, what would it take for me to, because jumping right through the glass seems like that might not be the smartest move.
The window
like throwing a chair. Oh, okay. I was gonna throw a chair through it.
The
or
window's
something.
open.
Nice.
No. The window does open. Since
Okay.
you're spending a story point, like you are creating something that's very beneficial to you. It's not, hey, look, we could jump over there. God, how do we open this window? This sucks.
So I think let's say like narratively we could have like maybe Laura just ramping like throws a chair out the window and like we gotta go, guys. Like, this is where we're going. Yeah, I like that.
Cool. So who's gonna make that first jump? It'll be against 2 purples.
I don't know. I'm pretty. I don't really. Knock doesn't think, so I think he would just run up there and. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Laura gave the command, and Knock just goes and jumps out the window.
Go for it, Knock.
So 1 yellow, 2 purple, 2 green. I really don't want to fall, guys. I'm at that last point, I think. It just like he gets an extra burst of speed and just like flings himself out Spider-Man style. Just, you cool with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I really don't want to die here. So I finally get a success on a roll.
Okay.
So you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it across, and you've got 2 threats, and those 2 threats are gonna be from your landing. It's pretty poor, and it's gonna cost 2 points of strain.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I think like Knock does this epic leap. He totally clears the gap, and then he just eats it on the way down. And then he gets up really quick, like nothing happened. Like, what? Oh, yeah, I'm good. 2 strain?
Yep.
Okay.
Remember, so now in this situation, you can help. You can't necessarily help somebody jump out, but your boost die that if you want to aid could represent that you're making sure that if they don't necessarily get close, your success on your boost die from aid could be that you caught them to help them.
Okay. So that's success. Yeah, there we go. So I made it. I'm up.
All right. I guess I'll go next.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend a story point now since I've got them all.
Damn.
And, I'm going to upgrade your check to a purple and a red.
All right, and I got the boost from Knock. So, seeing Knock jump out the window, Laura follows suit. She runs, jumps out of the window.
A despair is the only way that you're going. Like, if you roll a despair, then you take falling damage.
Yeah, so let's hope not. Woo. And so, success and advantage.
All right, so you make it across, and that advantage is actually coming from Nock's help.
Yeah.
And what do you want to do with that advantage?
All right. So I run, jump, and as I go down to the roof, Knock kind of catches me.
Nice. Yeah, I just like leap out the edge, lean right over, arm out, and just make sure, and then grab you as you're in the air and pull you onto the ground.
Yeah.
Like, not hanging, but just kind of like extra oomph.
Yeah, and then with that advantage I got there, as Knock catches me, like Lois Brain does some quick calculations, and she knows like, hey, if you run this fast and jump at this point, then you'll be able to make the jump at this distance. So she's also gonna turn around and try to like help Nicola in his jump to give him a boost with that advantage.
All right,
Nice.
so then what that does then is that advantage carries over as a boost dice. If you want to help, that's a boost dice as well. And if Nock wants to jump in, that could add a third boost die.
Yeah.
Yep,
More
that works.
boost. We don't want anyone falling off this building.
Okay.
So it's against 2 purple, and for the seriousness of the situation, I'm going to spend 1 more point to upgrade it. So it's a purple and a red instead, with 3 boost dice.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I probably. So I got 2 green, 3 blue, a red, and a purple. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Let's do the thing. Woohoo! Success and 3 advantage.
Look
I
at that.
float down gently into your arms.
All those advantages come from the 3 people helping, or from the 2 guys helping you. 2 people.
So it's like falling into a warm embrace by a kitty cat.
And from on top of this building on the other side, from the far side, you can see the telltale signs of a ladder going down a fire escape on the other side. And you will be able to escape this situation. And let's take a 5-minute break and come back.
I was going to say, I need a serious
Awesome.
5 here. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, that was exciting. Oh, you guys totally get how to do this. That's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was
I throw a
great.
chair through a window. Let's jump! Like, story points are flying left and right, and I love that. That's what they're there for. That's what's supposed to happen, is just like, and now this happens, and now this happens. Oh, this got hard. This is bad. I mean, and it's something that I do really prefer is that in most situations, if as the GM, if I'm gonna spend a story point to upgrade what you guys are doing to make it more difficult, I really want to say this is what the despair is going to be, so that
That's
going
good. I
into
like
it,
that.
you're like you really kind of have an idea of what the risk is, rather than, oh, now I've got to roll a 12-sider and this could really suck. No, it's like, this is the despair is really the 12-sider is just going to make you fail, but that despair, this is what it's going to do. Cool. So I think everybody's back. First thing, before we move on and do anything else, you guys, you deserve it. Roll your cool or your discipline to regain strain from that combat.
All right.
There's no purples involved at all. Just get as high as you possibly can. Every success is a point of strain that you heal. Advantages don't help you at all in this one.
Okay. Pretty
So
sure
just
that's
one
what I'm
success?
rolling.
All right.
Ooh, 3 and 1. So
All
that's
right, so-
3 strain.
So one success is one strain?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So just for clarification, whenever I use one of my gadgets or whatever, I'm essentially casting a spell. I should be taking 2 strain. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I was at, should have been at 6, and now I'll go to 5. So we can talk a little bit after about, because I definitely don't want to be, from reading Genesis, I think the intent is to kind of do whatever you can with your specific skill, in this case Arcana. But I don't want to make it seem OP if I'm like, oh, I have a gadget that, is an EMP grenade or whatever.
No. As
So I
long
want to make sure that's okay.
as far as I'm concerned, that's just the way that you're flavoring your spells. And
Okay.
like, I'm not gonna go, sorry, you've run out of that, or oh no, it got broken, you can't use it anymore. That's just how
Unless
you're
I
flavoring
fail
it.
with threat or something, like that's obviously, what that's for. But
If
okay,
you
cool.
fail
I just
with
want to make sure
threat,
I'm not like
there's a whole
OP or
chart
min
different
maxing
for you.
or whatever.
That's part of the
Yeah.
the strain thing too. Is like you can only cast so many spells before you go unconscious, right? So like you are limited in how OP you can be. Like your spells might kick ass, but you only have maybe 5 of them.
Like, or
Yeah,
something
so-
that you could also do is when you make that like that barrier roll, if you're just doing the basic barrier roll and not adding anything to it, then those advantages wouldn't necessarily help you do something more with the barrier spell. So you could use those to help you heal strain, or still pass on those boost dice. Whereas, like, if you ever did something like an attack roll and you needed to, and you'd made it deadly, you still need 2 advantages to make that deadly actually turn on. So you would
Actually, I'm gonna do my very best to, and this is just me not being a good role player, or vice versa. I'm actually gonna try and not attack. I like the idea of I have all these utility weird like barrier. Like if I didn't get 3 boost die on that thing, I was gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna conjure a for the sake of the spell. I have a small cube and it has a little jet engine on the bottom. I'm gonna throw it out there, and I was gonna try and step on it to soften my fall. But luckily, I got plenty of boost die, and I was.
Do you have
like
augment?
The player was terrified. Conjure is what I was going to try and do.
Okay.
But
Like,
hold on, let
you
me
could
see
say
if
you're going to
augment is
conjure
part of
something
my
soft to
command.
land on, or conjure a slide, so that you wouldn't even necessarily have to jump.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, I conjure a staircase, and that would be like 3 purple or whatever. But
Perfect. Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
yeah. So feel
Nanobots,
free to
man.
crush me with difficulty, but I'm just gonna play my character and have fun, I guess.
Perfect. So, jumping back in then, where do you guys go when you run off? Back to the hideout? Do you try and just get a certain distance away?
Even like we could like pop into a pub, like somewhere low
That's what I was
key,
thinking.
coffee
Yeah.
shop, a pub, something close that we can just sit down, indiscriminate. Is that the right
Yeah.
word?
Where no
Yeah.
one pays attention to us or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Or certainly it could be like one of our friends or acquaintances, one of their pubs or clubs we kind of hang out in when we need to lay low.
yeah,
Okay. Spend a story point, you can have it.
like Bernie's Tavern.
You're done. Going to Bernie's. Oops.
Yep, Bernie's.
So, you make it to Bernie's, and there's even a back room specifically set apart for like this kind of thing. You know, you're not Bernie's only friends.
Yes.
So, you get back there. It's a personal room with chairs and a table. It's well lit. It's even got some electronics that are kind of off grid, and you're able to
Okay.
look at. You're able to get a good look at the letters. Do you want to look at the letter that was pinned on the corkboard first, or would you like to look at the letter that was in the drawer, or the Sorry, that's the data pad.
Yeah, I'm good with whatever.
Say, look at the one that
Let's
was.
go with the first one we got. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
the note pinned onto the
All right. That letter is actually it is it's coded. It just says certain phrases like, "Hey, how are you doing? I hope all is well. Your mother said that you needed to pick up some milk. Could you pick up some ice cream as well?"
Hmm.
That reminds me, we need to pick up ice cream for the hideout. I meant to mention that earlier. We'll definitely do that.
Nicola, this is not the time. We'll get Rocky Road when we can, okay?
I agree with Neek. We need more ice cream.
You guys are impossible.
Okay, so are we familiar with this like phraseology? Like, do we know that, like, how are you? I am fine. Whatever is like a specific set of terms. Or is this
You're
just
actually going to
garbage
have
to us?
to. You can make a knowledge roll to see if, by looking over this and studying over it, that you can kind of figure out what it is. Let's say that it's still knowledge lore.
Okay.
And since you're all working together, you've still got those 2 boost dice.
Okay.
I got
Unless
4 greens.
unless either one of them's like, "No, I don't want to help."
Someone chatting at the bartender. That's fine.
Talking to somebody about the arena.
Okay, so I'll take a look. I got 4 green. Does anybody got more than that, or?
Nope.
Oh no, I think it's all you, man. And you
Well,
get those 2
he
boost
is
dice as well. And it's versus.
very smart.
Let's see. It's going to be versus. This is just an average code, so 2 purples.
Okay.
There you go.
3
3
success,
successes
3
and
advantage.
3 advantages. So with those 3 successes, you absolutely start figuring this in, and you go, "Wait, the store, milk, Mother's. Mother's is there's a distillery on like about a couple miles through town called Mother's. Mother's Milk.
Whiskey.
Mother's Milk Whiskey. Yes, and ice cream, cold storage. that's where he was going for the trade-off.
Okay, and I'll share this with my crew. Is that all we
Beats in a
get from
distillery?
this? That's what we get from this thing, this note?
Yep, you're able to, through your deductive reasoning, be able to figure out what the code was that was being sent.
Okay, with that advantage, can I use it to go like, I know this building, there's, like a loading bay or whatever.
If you'll spend all 3 advantage on it.
Excuse me.
Okay.
So with you're like, yeah, okay, so I know where this is. In fact, this has a nice loading bay that we could probably sneak in through.
Awesome.
Right.
So then next, I assume that you would like to look at
The data pad.
the data pad. The data pad is password protected when you turn it on.
Of course.
Knuckle sandwiches.
For a story point, maybe it's not password protected.
For a story point, I say it's not. For a story point, you press, if you want to spend a story point, you press 0, 0, 0, 0, and it opens.
Nice. You guys game? Let's do it. I'm not a hacker. I mean, you guys might be able to hack it, but I'm not a hacker. Flip it.
Yeah, flip it.
When you open
So
it,
yeah, Knock just takes it from Neek. Hey, let me see this thing. It's like beep, 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 beep. Got it.
That wasn't much of a password.
And I'm like,
just
no,
4 zeros.
don't. You're gonna. It's a alarm. Damn it! You opened it. Okay.
It worked.
Well,
Look, I'm smart.
well.
So when you open it, you immediately the icons are all over the screen. Some are even still up and running. You look at some. There's obviously a list of contacts throughout. You see an icon representing his bank account. You see icons representing notes. So there are looks like file folders open or that are set up all over the main screen.
I look at it and then I hand it back to Neek. Like, here you go.
I already did my part.
Yeah.
I can't make heads or tails of this.
Okay, so this is like this guy's personal, like basically cell phone. It's got all his
iPad
stuff in it.
Yeah, it's his iPad.
Yeah, his iPad, basically. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna probably go to the calendar or something I can discern, like where he was yesterday, like who he was meeting with, something like that.
You find the calendar app easily. Open it up. Yesterday it says he went to Mother's to get milk.
Okay.
And that he went to Mother's to get, or not yesterday, it was 2 days ago. He went to Mother's to get milk, and it was around 8 o'clock at night.
Now, what to do about this banking information? I kind of want all his money, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I agree. I could use a new sword. You should do something with that.
But my only contention, Knock, obviously, is that if we transfer it to our bank account, then he knows what our bank account is, and that seems inadvisable at best. So,
Yeah, but can't you do the thing where you put it in one thing and then put it in a different thing?
I am but a humble fidgeter, a gadgeteer, if you will. This is beyond me.
Laura, you're smart. You know how to handle money.
Well, I do trade I trade in junk, but I'm pretty responsible with money.
Yeah, so how will we do this? Plus, if he loses all his money, he might come looking for us. Then it just helps us out.
We could use it to buy something large.
That too.
What if we... Well, currently we walk everywhere, so we could buy a car.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
It wouldn't be too fancy, but just, enough.
Everything. Just all the money. The best car we can get.
How much is in there?
When you attempt to open the app, it is password protected as well.
Oh, of course it is.
And this time, 0000 does not work.
Not let's try it though.
Won't work twice.
I got it. Beep, 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 beep.
All right.
We may have to save this for another time. I have a feeling we need to get to the distillery, at least to take a look around. I don't know that we need to engage undesirables at this point.
I think that what Knock's
We
going
should
to do,
definitely take a
though,
look around.
I agree. But I'll give it one more time. And he pushes 0 until it for 24 hours, and then he gives it back to you.
Like he has to call the bank to unlock his account. Yeah,
Yeah, that'll get him.
he'll be
That's
stuck on
funny.
hold forever. How diabolical!
Oh man, that's way too real.
That's way too real.
Hold for ever and ever. The music is not nice. It's quite annoying, actually.
Oh man.
That's the point. You get off the phone and have to start over. So, you're going to go over to Mother's then, right?
Yep.
And that's our next clue, I think. Yeah.
So going to Mother's, you're going to have to make some, let's see, it's going to take, let's make this a skill challenge. So as you're going through town, would you like to do a streetwise skill challenge or a stealth skill challenge? Because it is, at this point, it's not really the next day. It's only maybe an hour after you threw a chair through a window and leapt from building to building.
And they obviously have our faces and stuff because there was cameras. Like they know who they're looking for. Yeah. I think we did pretty good with the streetwise. I think we should stick to our guns.
Yeah.
We know the streets. This is
yeah.
our home.
Mean streets.
I mean, I'm just as stealthy as I am streetwise, though. So I mean, whatever
I'm
works.
Slightly more streetwise, not much.
Okay.
Stick to the streets.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to make streetwise checks then. Here's how this skill challenge is going to work. We're going to have a maximum of 5 rolls, and you have to get 3 successes or 3 total successes on 3 rolls. So you have to succeed on 3 rolls
Out of
before
5.
failing on 2.
Okay. So it's like a best of 5 scenario.
If you get 2 failures,
Yeah. Okay. Right away. Okay. Oh, so you mean it's like a cumulative? It's not like if we beat the roll, it's how many come up total?
no, it is cumulative. It is this roll is a succeed or fail.
So if we succeed
Okay.
1 but fail 2, we fail.
Okay. That makes sense. I've only heard
We have
this
to
done.
make
I
it to
haven't
3
actually
before we can make
done
it
it
to 2.
before, so.
So who is going? Are we going back to that same way we did the streetwise earlier?
Can we
give
do
boosts?
group checks every time?
You absolutely should.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
So tell me how you're giving. So since you're doing group checks, Nicola and Laura, how are you aiding? What are you doing to give that boost dice?
Well, probably like the same thing she did before with her analytical mind. She tells them, "Hey, you want to go here? Go here. This is the quickest way that'll keep us outside of the realm of any bots or any cameras." And then she has like a little kind of a map of the city on her pad.
Okay.
Like drawing a diagram for knock.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I like it.
How about you, Nicola?
Nicola is checking our 6. So he is He's very aware of his face being on camera, and that is definitely unsettling for him. So he's always got his head on a swivel when he's checking behind our backs to make sure we're not being followed.
Nice. So then, here's what we'll do. I've still got all these story points.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to spend them upgrading these checks. If you roll a despair, you will be running into a conflict.
Okay.
So this is going to be against. Let's see. At this point, because you're trying not just to stay away from people, you're trying to stay away from cameras. It's going to be against 3 purples. And actually, since I'm spending that, 2 purples and a red.
2 purples, a red. 3 green.
Just roll a red.
2 blue. Okay.
Green, 2.
All right, that's
Here's
one
the first
fail.
one.
That's one fail with an advantage. So you can use that advantage to give you a boost down the next roll. So
Okay.
you're working together.
Let's do that.
We get kind of lost a little bit. We take a wrong turn.
I'm going to spend another story point to keep it at 1 red, 2 purples.
Do you guys want me to keep clicking, or do you guys want to do your own, or?
No,
I
you're
gotta save
doing the thing. We're helping. Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh. We're screwed.
All right, so there's two
Second
fails.
failure.
We are so not inconspicuous.
No,
Yeah.
we can.
I think we should turn left.
With as bad as this has gotten, and with as big of a deal as you did, I mean, you assaulted a guard, you destroyed property, there was a gunfight and sword stuff and magic, techno magic flying everywhere, and then you jumped off that building. There's a lot more people out for you, and there is in this situation, one of the bots appears in the alley right in front of you that you've been sneaking through. So go ahead and make a vigilance roll. No purples, everybody.
Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
How do I reset?
Don't forget to click roll initiative when you do it.
Okay, so vigilance is my worst thing. Okay. Special. Roll initiative.
I rolled crap for it, didn't I? Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
there's purples in there. What the
So
heck?
hurt.
Yeah, you keep rolling those purples. Don't worry about it, Jim. Don't worry about it at all. Oh,
What the heck? There's blacks in there too?
That's fine.
yeah. Just keep it up.
No,
Shut up.
I'm supposed to.
Click some red. Click some red.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's
no.
less good.
That's the worst.
Okay, so
The dice
This-
rolled, as a dice.
this suppressor is in this alley. You are medium range from it, and the suppressor is going to go first. You do have the option of backing out the alley and trying to run away, but the suppressor is going to go first.
I got
And
this.
all right. So the first thing the suppressor is going to do is reach out with a hand, and you watch immediately as you get some of that techno magic thrown right back into your face. And let me bring up my page. Get those purples up because I'm an honest GM who does not fudge rolls. I love you guys. I don't do that.
No, it's all good. We trust you, Jim.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I shouldn't speak for them, but
I will be fudging rolls. I'm just-
I will be fudging rolls. Nice. 1, 2. Yeah. All right. This one's gonna hurt.
who you hitting? That's the big question.
It is.
I was
aim-
probably in the front.
Yep. Since you're leading and he's in front of you, he is going at you from the front, and with that, you're going to watch as this blast of energy, almost Sonic style, goes towards you, and
Now, I do have ranged and melee defense. Does that affect magic at all?
probably. Yeah, I think it does. I'm gonna say it does.
Okay. So I have a ranged defense of 1 and a melee of 2. I'm assuming it'd be a ranged if it's anything. So it'd be 1 setback for that.
It's a ranged attack, so it's 2 purples,
Yeah.
right? 2 setbacks.
But I just have a ranged defense of 1. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna hit.
A triumph. First
He gets
success
1 success,
game.
2 advantages, and a triumph. Luckily, because the magic does not, because the magic is not deadly, it does not crit with that.
Okay.
So that's always good. However, the effect that was added was blast.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh, ooh. So, initial damage with this is going to be 1 success. It's only going to be it's going to be 6.
Okay, I have a soak of 4.
So you'll
The
soak.
soak of,
Hmm.
it works with magic? Like you actually soak magic? I wasn't sure if it.
Yes, it's not direct damage,
Okay. So 2 damage.
but that blast quality, and this is where I'm still learning about making these qualities work. My players in my other games have not used a lot of the qualities that they have active.
Yeah.
So, if the attack is successful and blast activates, each character, that's the other 2 of you, engaged with the original target suffers a hit, dealing damage equal to the blast quality's rating, plus damage equal to the total of 1
successes.
So 1 success. So that the blast quality is based off of his ranks in knowledge lore. So that's going to end up being 4 points of blast damage.
So do I take the blast as well, or I take the
No.
brunt of it? They take the blast.
No.
Okay.
Nock will take the initial damage, while Nicola and Laura will take the other points of it.
Okay.
Will take the blast of it.
Yeah, so that's 4 blast damage.
Yep.
Yeah, we should have healed you, Laura. I get that. We should have stopped and did like some medical checks on you because you were at 7.
Call the dock wagon.
Yeah.
We should have done some medical. That was bad on our part.
I mean, we could flip a destiny points like we did at the club.
Yeah, we could say that we did. We did medical checks. We just didn't talk about it.
And
it's fine actually. Actually, I do have some.
And they're
I have
going
some
to
painkillers.
With that triumph. He actually is going. You watch as something very similar to the barrier that Nicola cast. You see the something very similar happen to this suppressor.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like a bot, like a literal bot, like a drone or a dude.
No,
it's
so
a,
it's
yeah,
a dude. But the
yeah,
bot.
they look like. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying we decided to call them bots because they're like humanless, like they're humans, but we think that they're monsters, and they look like they're wearing those mech suits. So we call them robots.
Yeah, that's our slang for these faceless fascist pigs. I get it.
All right. So then, next PC slot.
All right, I'll take this, you guys.
Do it.
All right, so with my my maneuver, I do have a painkiller.
Yeah.
So I can stick myself with that to get myself 5 wounds back.
Okay.
And then Laura, she like seeing the bot cast techno magic, seeing it hit Nock and then hit her and Nicola. she looks up at this armored man with just this burning in her eyes, as her eyes that are normally just regular orange start going this like bright neon orange, and this kind of circuitry, this pattern of circuits kind of appears on her skin, and some of the lights that are around them in this alley start to flicker.
Oh, yeah.
And then she says, "You made a mistake."
Nice.
And she lifts up her hand to cast some magic.
I was
All
wondering
right.
where we get to see this.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the perfect moment.
Nailed
Alright.
it.
So with that, I'll for the attack I'll add deadly to it to give it a crit rating of 2.
Gotcha. Nice.
That'll be
I
it.
love that.
I'll also flip a destiny point to upgrade my check as like all this electrical energy kind of surges into Laura.
Yeah.
Nice. So are you at 2 purples?
Yep, I'm at 2 purples right now.
So he's at medium range.
Okay. Yeah. And
So you'll have to do another maneuver to move up.
yep, and that is what I will do.
Or you can increase the difficulty, right? To increase the range.
I could, but I'm just gonna move up.
Okay.
So I'll take 2 strain to move up. And let's see.
Come on. You can do it.
Blast this guy.
Okay. So
Magic.
you're gonna succeed at damage, but you're not gonna be able to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to crit. That's okay. All right, so this like orange electricity shoots out of Laura's hands, rips across the alley, and smacks right into the bot, and that hits him for 6 damage.
All right. You watch it hit that bot, and it smacks right into it, and you watch the suit that they're wearing absorb every last point of it.
Oh.
God dang.
So he has a high soak.
And with that threat, we're going to go with the character and all allied spellcasters in the encounter add a setback to any attempts to cast spells until the end of the controlling player's next turn.
All right, I guess I overdid it.
That so that all that electricity surging into your body, it turns out to be too much for you to handle, and that not only does it surge out toward the suppressor, it also leaks out of your body, arcing itself over to Nikolai.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Next PC slot.
Yeah.
So this is like an alleyway or a small street, or
No,
what are
this
we
is an
looking at here?
alleyway. It's pretty tight.
Okay, so is there like debris or boxes or?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
If it
what
can
I'm
be
gonna do
assumed to be
is-
in an alleyway, yes. But not like, hey, there's a dead body over here. Not that's not every alleyway.
okay, no, that's fine. But there's like trash cans and garbage and whatever.
Absolutely.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out like what looks like a fan, like that you would like one of those little solar fans that you just kind of like at the beach or whatever. And I'm gonna spin it really fast, and it's gonna create a gust of wind that's gonna blow garbage and trash and all kinds of stuff toward this guy. What I'm trying to do is create disadvantage on his next roll. So what would that be? I guess maybe curse.
That would.
I think that still might be curse.
Yeah, I think that's curse.
Okay.
Plus, if you get loss of boots die, like if you get at least, if you get at least 2 advantages on that, you can still pass another black dice to him from that.
Okay.
And
But I take a disadvantage because of what he did. Is that right?
yes, and you're at medium range
I
if
take
that
a
affects you're needing to move or if you need to put range onto it.
Well, I'm just trying to get stuff in between us, so I'm not affecting. I'm affecting the space between us.
That won't
Not him
technically
specifically.
that won't really do it then, because
Okay.
to curse to make the curse apply to him, you're going to have to target him.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So I'll step into range then, just as a maneuver. And then, so what is that, like 2 purple?
Yep, that's just 2 purple.
And then my setback. Okay. Magic.
Nice. Cool. 3 successes. And
so do I spend those successes on setback, or that it's not doesn't stack?
It does not stack on curse. It stacks on barrier.
For that. Okay.
So he will have.
Does that make sense of what I was trying to do?
Yeah. So you get right up close enough to him so that he falls into the range of what you were trying to do, and all of a sudden, with that solar panel, that fan, you are shooting that stuff into the way, and so that's causing him to have to try to dodge it when he makes his next attack.
Okay.
Causing him to have that setback. All right. Knock, you're up. He's medium range from you.
Medium range. So
2 maneuvers, and then.
Yeah, but I still have to draw weapons, right? So drawing my weapons and then moving in, that takes up 2 maneuvers. I can't, even with my special ability, I can't take a third no matter what. So
you could take a defensive stance. So you could maneuver, and then get right up to him. So I'm trying to be defensive and plan to take that next turn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to attack next turn. I mean, you are at the end of the round, so
that's true. Attack,
and you could jump right back on it.
Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, so he moves. Yeah, he just runs right up with his agileness and gets right up into the guy's face. And so he can't draw his weapons, but yeah, he's just ready to like tackle this, like wrestle or whatever it needs to do to keep this guy busy.
Cool. So that will. The guarded stance. The character performs this maneuver, adds black dice to any combat checks they make until the end of their next turn. However, they also gain melee defense 1. So you'd have melee defense 3 against this guy now.
Okay.
Or you could just stand there since you've already got all that melee defense. You got options.
Yeah. So can I take my normal maneuver and then my second free maneuver for movement?
Yep.
Then can my action be drawing my weapons, or is that cheating?
No, your action can totally be drawing your weapons.
Okay, because I think that'd be better, because then I'm ready to rock for the next round. So like he just comes out, shield, sword, and is like bull rushing this guy kind of idea. He's like getting right in his face.
Perfect. Next, it's back up to the suppressor's turn. The suppressor is going to make an attack against you. You get 2 black dice. He's going against 2 purple, making it close combat.
Yeah.
And is going to roll that. Here we go. It's a wash with a triumph.
Interesting.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
No.
Cool. So with that triumph, he's actually going to knock you down.
Okay.
He's going to knock you down and make you prone.
That's better than what I had in mind. Okay.
Well, I can't use it to hit because the success from it's already been canceled out.
No, I was thinking you were gonna like knock my sword out of my hand or something.
Well, even if I did, I mean,
too late.
I could. No, he won't. He comes up and literally entire look to it is knocked down. Like you come charging up, everybody's doing what they can, and boom, he just knocks you square onto your butt.
Okay.
And next PC.
Yeah.
Nope. Since he knocked you down, he's going to use his maneuver to. Move around to the other side of you, closer to the other two.
Will it still be engaged, or is he going to short?
He's going to move from engaged to short.
Okay.
So moving from engaged to short will put him then within engaged of Laura.
Okay, can I go, guys? I'm gonna spring to my feet for a maneuver. I'm gonna use my fleet of paw to get back into engaged, and then I'm gonna try to stab this guy.
All right.
Yellow, green, purple. I'm trying to figure out some way to fish for a boost die. I always my go-to is always if Laura's in jeopardy, then I'm like extra like, oh, gotta like get there and get this guy. My courageousness, that boost die, just always charging in to save my friends.
You know what? Let's go with yes, and define that courageousness for next game.
Okay.
Like, what makes you courageous? Like, what is you're courageous about what?
I have it right here, actually. I wrote it up. Where is it?
Cool.
Nock is always ready to jump into a good fight. Where most people find doubt in their hearts, Nock has an unbreakable resolve that pushes him forward in the face of sheer hopelessness. When it comes to the people he deems family, which are few, he would gladly give his life in order to save theirs.
Cool. So then your strength of being courageous applies to when you really are jumping straight into a good fight. So, sure.
Yeah. Especially to save my friends. Okay. Let's roll it. Come on, man. I'm the worst fighter in the world.
You've got two advantages. No successes or failures, so it's a fail, but you've got two advantages. What would you like to do with those?
Yeah, I just can't get over how crappy of a fighter he is. Two advantages. I think, so I come in swinging hard, and I just miss this guy. He's able to, like, sidestep the blow, even though his back's to me, just making me look like a chump. Can we say that, like, not like damage-wise, but like, so I miss him with the sword swing, but maybe I'm able to like bump him with my shield, which kind of throws him off a step, so that he's going to have a setback if he tries to attack Laura or whoever else he's going after.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that to give him a setback.
Cool.
Cool. So the next PC.
We are not doing well against this guy.
No, not at all.
You also could go. I bump him with that shield, making him leave himself wide open. And whoever goes next gets 2 boost dice.
It's true. Boost die or setback?
He's already got a downgraded skill check. So whatever skill check he does next, he decreases by a green because of the curse.
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw the boost out. Yeah, so boost out.
Yeah, so 2 boosts might do pretty good.
Okay.
So 2 boosts then?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so whoever's up, you've got 2 boost on you.
Go ahead, Laura.
Yep. All right. So, while Laura's still crackling with the aftermath of her magic use, eyes still glowing, electricity crackling around, she's gonna quick draw, whip out her pistol.
Yeah, nice.
And then step back into short of the bot. Then she'll just fire her pistol at him.
Just 1 purple.
Yeah.
Right in the face. Come on.
Don't forget your 2 boost die.
Yep.
Really cool.
You want to spend 2 strain to aim?
Nah.
Okay.
No.
Oh man.
You've got to watch.
She fires and like the bullet just misses and hits the wall instead.
Yeah, yeah.
The magic use, she can't even focus right now.
That was supposed to be 1 purple.
Ooh, you're right.
Oh, you are correct. Go ahead and take a purple out and re-roll it.
Oh, I like this. Come on, it can't be worse. Well, it could. It could be worse.
Oh, don't jinx me. Don't jinx me.
You can do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
better.
that's what I'm talking about. That's a
That's a
critical.
crit.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a 7 with my pistol.
All right. You're able to do 1 wound to him.
All right, and then with my 3 advantage, I'll crit him.
Okay. So up at where it says critical, just press the button critical right above it, and it'll tell us what he gets.
Where does it say?
All right. Yep, I see it. Ooh.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Good
Nice.
job.
So it's
Hate this
like
guy.
she brings it up and fires, and like the bullet hit the bullet goes straight and hits him right into one of his unarmored pieces, like at the joint, perhaps.
Yeah.
Got it. So that we can hear exactly what it was an 87. He's compromised. Increased difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. Beautiful.
It is.
So he gets an extra purple whenever he does anything.
Right.
Yep.
Cool.
Seems good.
It's up to Nikolai. Or Nicola.
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 Nicola. So I'm at short range. Is that? I was from short range from the.
You are at short range.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and conjure something. Tell me how difficult this would be. So I'm gonna pull out from my inside pocket a set of bangles, like bracelets.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw them at him. And as they're flying through the air, they're going to try and stick to his arms and stick against the wall and like bury themselves in the wall, restraining him.
Ooh, I like that. Because I feel like
You
Doc's
could,
about ready to.
in that situation, so what you're trying to do to restrain him might work better. It would be actually the damaging spell.
So
If you want to conjure the item to have it so that you can then use it, that's how that would be more effective rather than trying to conjure him necessarily to the wall already.
Okay. So I'm not necessarily trying to hurt him, but I am gonna try and restrain him, like bury these things into the
Right,
wall
and
so he can't move.
But conjure doesn't do that.
Fair enough. So how would I go about doing that?
If you wanted,
Maybe barrier.
if you're wanting to restrain him, you could. Let's see. You
Roll to
could.
attack.
Yeah, you could roll to attack. You could. Oh gosh.
Can't augment.
I was gonna say, attack does have under that it says lightning, but basically what it does is it gives the attack the ensnare quality, and like if you can activate that, then you can stop them from doing maneuvers and stuff.
Yeah. You'd have to be able to get the advantage for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that seems fine.
That would cost 2 advantage to get though, and ensnares under ice.
Yep.
Okay. You can do it. I got faith.
So so like what, 2 purple?
Yes, it would be 2 purple.
Do I still have the black, or is that gone now?
It's gone because Laura's turn just ended.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Oh, never mind. Just
As your body is absorbing that electricity still, you watch it leak off of you and jump back over to Laura. giving that same effect again to the both of you until the end of your next turn.
Yikes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, oh man.
And so far, the only hit's been from that pistol, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I was
Nox
trying to
getting ready
restrain
to
him
tell
so he
you
could get the
guys.
hell out of here.
We gotta get out of here. He's not going. We shouldn't be messing with a bot.
Not
Same
yet.
thing. Same thing. Gonna run up to you, and it's gonna take a maneuver to move up to you, and it's going to 3 purples now to swing a punch at you with the still using the magic.
Sorry, who is he attacking?
Yeah, he's attacking Laura.
Okay.
Excuse me. Do I have any other blacks?
Yep, 5.
All right, here we go. You can spend, if you like, you can spend a story point to upgrade my attack to make it more difficult.
So what happens on a despair if we did that, say?
I think we should save a story point to make something drastic happen so we can get away. Like, we should,
Yeah,
like,
I think you're right.
maybe one of these crazy spells that aren't working, like some of the alley just gets, like, falls down and we get to flee. Because, like, we're not going to win this.
Well, a despair would, it says an option is the character overexerts himself or loses their magical connection and is unable to cast spells for the rest of the encounter.
That would get rid of his barrier.
Yeah.
It's probably going to fall at the end of this turn.
It would also stop him from doing all the magic he's doing with attacks.
Yeah.
That's true.
Story point to flee. I'm still voting that route. I think we need.
I think you're probably right. We just need to restrain him somehow.
So I'm going to just make the attack then? No story point?
Yeah, I think after our turn, I think we need to just spend it to run. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
That seems bad.
All right. So that is to be able to do that. That is 8 points of that's 8 wounds to you.
Whew.
To who?
Laura.
To Laura. And you know what? So here's your options. With those 2 threats, you can use that to do what it normally says. You can also use that to, let's see, until the end of the encounter, enemy spellcasters add blue dice when casting spells that target it. You could also use that to say that the spell doesn't take effect until the start of the next round, so that you don't take the damage now.
Actually, yeah. Let's say that, you know, the spell, like, I'm hit, but it kind of has a bit of a delayed reaction.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
So you'll take
Does that
8
hurt?
at the start of the next round.
Oh.
Luckily, since he goes first, it's going to take a long time to get to you. So PC.
I think
What do you
that's
think,
me,
Nox?
isn't it?
You want to try and knock this guy down so we can?
Yeah,
roll?
I guess. Do I even have anything that has knockdown? Let me just
Your
take a look
fists.
at that. Yeah,
Your advantage
I did-
or whatever.
I did punch that guy out pretty good, but I think I might. So what is your rule on this, Jim? Like, if we want to story point a magical way out of here because we're not doing so hot, like, how far are you going to let us go with that?
I mean, I'd say the easiest way is like, hey, story point, hey, there's like a fire escape or some kind of door we can go into and run into, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I just wasn't sure.
Okay. You could spend a story point for an opportunity to escape rather than instant escape. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, you've got the 2 ends of the alleyways, obviously. but you also can go. Let's run and here's a door and it's unlocked, and we're gonna run into the building and try to lose him in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys think that's worth it?
Yeah, as I say, hey, flip a story point. Hey, there's a door like right next to us that's open. We can dart inside, and then I guess it'll be more of a chase scene at that point.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we have many other options here. We only have one wound on this guy, and I imagine he's sitting at 10 or something. So.
Yeah.
And I can't hit the broadside of a barn with a sword, so it's not looking good.
I mean, you do have 2 story points, so if you want to try to take one more round to do it while you keep fighting him to see if you can do more to him, and then go up for it, you can. Or if you're like, let's get away now, I get that too.
I can take one more swing at this guy. I mean, at any point, you guys can flip the story point, so it doesn't have to just be on the first move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Okay.
if you can push him back or get him back,
Yeah, okay.
we might be able to get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, so Nock's going to, like, he just totally laid into Laura. She's hurting, if I recall, right? Like, she's not doing too hot right now.
Laura, what are your wounds at?
At the moment before the thing takes effect, I'm at 3, but when it takes effect, I'll be at 11.
Yeah, which is not good. Okay.
You didn't soak any of that? You'll soak some of that 8.
Should
Oh
have
yeah, that's
some-
right. That's right.
Okay.
2 soak. Or at least
So-
my coat gives me 2 soak.
Where am I? Okay. I'm on my laptop. I hate this thing. Okay, 1.
So scratch that. I mean, when it takes effect, I'll be at 7 rather than 11. So 7 when it takes effect.
Okay. I'm assuming I can't milk that boost die anymore. I'm already in the fight.
Right.
So 1 yellow, 2 green, 2 purple. I think I got to flip a point here, guys. I haven't
Go for
hit anything. And he's pissed right off now, just growling. And I think he would even say something like, "Hey, focus on me!" And he just like swings the sword at this guy's neck. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, now I have a brawn of 3, so 3, 6, 7 damage.
How'd you get the other
sword
3?
Well, the sword is +3. My brawn is 3. So
The
that'd
sword
be
is a
6.
melee weapon.
Yeah.
I thought you were using your fists. Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you-
Sorry, no, I'm swinging the sword.
Okay.
So the stats say it was a +3 for the sword. So then it would be 6 with the brawn, and then 7.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
And those 2 advantages.
Is that enough? I don't think I can crit with my crappy sword. Let me just check my stats.
Probably not. I think the sword's a 3. Maybe a
Yeah,
4.
I think you're right. Oh, no, sword. Crit 2.
Okay. Go for it, man.
Yeah, I think we
so-
definitely need to crit this guy.
So what?
So with
what
7
you did then-
damage, did I actually hurt him?
You did 1 point.
Oh, man. This guy is tough.
So with your modifier then, before you click crit, where it says modifier, type in 10. Because since he's already got a crit on him, it's going to add 10.
Okay. So 10 critical. I pushed the button. What happened?
Oh, you guys are like, this is exactly what you need to do against this guy. A head ringer.
Ringer. The target.
The target increases the difficulty of all intellect and cunning checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. So now everything that he's doing with these spells is increased by 2.
That's great. We are. Well, at least we're doing something.
These crits might help you win.
We're doing something.
Just come up with some more damage.
Okay.
Anything else? You've got maneuvers.
All right. I should have aimed. I keep forgetting about aiming. I don't want to disengage or anything. So now, if I take a guarded stance now, it's all the way till my end of my next turn. I'll have that setback on attacks. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
So that's not really worth it because he's not going to. Well, I don't know if he's going to attack me or not. What else can I do with my maneuvers? I can move. I can aim. Will you let me retroactively roll a boost die for aiming or no?
No, but you can start aiming right now.
Okay, I'll do that. So I take a breath and get ready, lining up the next shot for the next attack. Okay.
You could also assist. You could go ahead and just say, I'm going to aid this, like me doing that. You've got what? You don't have any advantages left to spin, so you can use your other maneuver to aid, so it still gives a boost die to somebody.
Oh, I didn't know that. I will definitely do that then.
Or excuse me, assist is what they call it.
I will assist my friend Laura.
So it says, performing the assist maneuver allows an engaged ally to add to their next check. So that's not going to end up working because you're the only one engaged. Everybody else has moved away.
Oh, right, because he engaged Laura and then she ran away a step back and shot him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just aim for the next round. Give myself a boost die. Okay.
Perfect. Next PC.
I'll take this one again. So I'll bring up my pistol again. I'll look down the iron sight. So I'll aim. Then I'll fire.
One purple's all it is.
Okay. Two.
Do you not have anything in your... Do you not have any ranks in the skill?
And range light? Nope.
Okay. So that's a fail, but you've got an advantage. So the shot goes wild and bounces off one of the brick walls in this alleyway.
Yeah. And with that advantage, I'll just recover some strain. Recover a point of strain as Laura she's calming down now.
So Josh, you're telling me that you've done all the damage in the game so far, just rolling 2 green die?
Yeah. Great, right?
That is insane.
That was great.
That is so. Oh man.
All right, Nicola, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to pull out a little, what looks like a half dome, like a half a sphere. So it looks like a little dome.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take aim on his on the bot and chuck it at him, and I'm gonna give it the so it's an attack roll, but it's gonna have the lightning quality, which I'm gonna give a stun effect to. So I'll have stun 1.
Go for it.
So is it 1 purple or actually that'd be 3?
Yes. Whatever the extra
adding a
cost
purple
is for
to it.
lightning.
Just 1 purple.
So it should be 2.
So 2.
But you still have a black from your last turn.
Oh.
Because that lasts until the end of this turn.
Okay. Jeez.
Well, so that's 2 failures.
Oh
but,
my god.
But 6
A ton of
advantages.
advantage.
I mean,
That's a lot of advantage.
you could easily just go, all right, I left him wide open. Somebody beat the crap out of him. 6 boost dice. Like,
so
this
I think
is a perfect opportunity for someone.
So yeah, so I think what happened is I totally missed, and but I hit the wall behind him, and it just arcs with lightning and explodes right behind him, and he's got dust and brick and like he's spitting out chunks of brick behind his head, and that definitely opens him up wide open for whoever wants to take him out.
Or alternatively, if that's how you narrate it, I mean, 2 advantage gives him a black, so you can give him 3 setback to his attack since he's going next.
Let's do that. So I'll give him 3 setback to his attack, because he can't see. He's got dust and arced lightning in his face. And let's do that. Okay.
So what you've decided? Okay, I'm not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. Where did that go? You could also. Where is it? Oh, you didn't deal damage to it though. Doesn't have anything extra defense. Perform a free maneuver. Okay. So you're just going to give him 3 black dice on his next roll?
I mean, he's already done 1.
That's
Purple.
anything to hinder him from killing us.
Yeah.
How late are we going,
gotta
guys?
get away.
The plan is to stop after this fight. And we'll just make this the 2-part episode.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so he will turn around, and he is doing everything he can to try and crit. He's going to make it deadly, and he's going to make it close. And with everything on top of that, that makes this a 5 purple attack for him. And he is turning around. Actually, he's going to maneuver, and because of that turn with all those blacks you just gave him, and he's going to go up against you, Nicola.
Oh, man.
So, here it comes. There we go. So,
Yeah.
2 failures and 2 threats. So, with those 2
that's
failures,
with all of his downgrades?
Yep.
Yeah. Look at all those purples and blacks.
It's a lot.
With all of those, that's 2 failures, so he's going to miss completely, but there's also 2 threats. Do you guys want a blue dice for the when you're casting spells against him for the rest of the encounter? Or do you want let's see, he didn't do anything. Or do you want to damage his magical item by 1?
Damage his magical item, you say?
What does that do for us if we do that?
When it's damaged, I'm pretty sure it gives him a black die on all rolls that he uses with that magic item.
What is his magic item?
And that's what he's shooting us with, whatever.
Or I'm assuming maybe for the suppressors, maybe they're like their armor gives them the magic. So
okay, yeah.
So it'd be damaging his armor, perhaps.
It would only be on on something that he's using, rather than something that it's a benefit it's giving him. He continues to attack with his right hand in the glove, and yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's give him a black dice for the remainder.
All right, he's got a black dice for the remainder of the encounter. And since we're at the top of this round, Laura, you're going to take all that damage now.
Yep, I just did it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She's still standing. Okay.
Next up.
So
boost.
I was engaged with him. Then he moved out to attack Neek.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm back to short range. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm always willing to swing the sword, but if you guys want to go first, let me know. I don't want to be too jumpy.
I'd say we can finally put flip that last destiny point now and go for that escape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's time to run.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's time to roll.
If we just get like 2 more crits, we could kill him.
I think even damaging him is like proving to be pretty difficult.
That's true. He only has 2. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
What if we just like? Yeah. Okay. I was thinking if we just ran away into the crowded street, but that people are already looking for us. That's probably not a good idea. We want a safe way out.
Let's find like a doorway right next to us that is unlocked and available, and
You have no story points to do that with.
No, he just flipped.
you just
I
flipped
just
it.
flip one for that.
Oh, that's on the bottom of my screen. Gotcha. Good.
Yeah, we're trying to get out of here.
So take our turn, spend our maneuvers to get out of Dodge to the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So we flip the point.
Yeah.
And then someone sees the door and just like smashes it open, or what? It's already open.
Yeah, it's already open. So just kick it open and keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just start booking.
So here's what's going to happen. It's going to be your athletics versus with a difficulty against his athletics.
Oh man. Okay.
All right,
So-
that's for all of us.
And each of you will need to make that roll running away from him.
All right.
The first
what is
person to
his
What's his
fail.
athletics?
The first person to fail will be the one who gets caught if anybody gets caught.
All right.
His athletics is 2 green, so 2 purples.
Now, because I have the fleet of paw, can I get a bonus die for that potential free maneuver of running?
Sure, that sounds like a good move.
Cool. Woo! I am running.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh,
I'm turning around and going back. Shit. Yeah, that's exactly what he'd do, though. Yeah.
So literally, as
Okay.
we could even say, all right, so way to go, Nicola, for not totally making that roll first. So Knock, you start running full speed. Laura turns and literally this guy grabs her by the back of her clothes as Nicola realizes that he's not really doing a good job of trying to get away. And so now what's happened is that Nicola, with that running away, you didn't get stopped, but you are engaged with him. Laura, you're engaged as well.
Yeah.
And Knock, you are at short range behind Nicola and Laura.
Okay.
From your attempt to run away, and we can pick up right where we left off on this initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we go back to
we're like inside a little building or something. In the alley still.
The door is there. The door is open, and Knock made it to the door, and then heard Laura go, "Oh no!" So the door's open. There's only one person in it, though. The other 2 of you didn't make it far enough to get to the door.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Got thinking the bot grab Lauren like he's like holding her.
Damn. Yeah. Heading back in.
So
Cool.
PC,
Okay. Wait. Oh. I thought you meant like we were gonna pick up next time. Oh. So okay. My mind was in a different spot. PC. Okay.
Do you want to pick up next game in the middle of this fight?
I'm good to keep going. I thought you had. I thought that's what you meant. So I'm good to keep going.
Picking up mid-fight is always awkward. It's like, what were we doing last time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what PC who's going to take the PC slot?
I'll I can
Yeah,
take
go
the
ahead, Laura.
spot.
Yeah, do it up.
Since you got nabbed.
I still got nagged.
You're not immobilized. You're not anyway. It was you trying to get away, and he was able to stop you from getting away, and that's what stopped everybody else from being able to, or everybody else decided to come back and save you rather than ditch you.
Yeah. So like in my mind, I'm like, as we were running to the door, the bot kind of like stepped in between me and the door and like kind of pushed me back.
Okay.
Yeah, that works. So then with that, going to take a maneuver and like kind of maneuver around him, like back down the alley a little bit to get into short.
Okay.
And then going to take another maneuver to aim. Then I'm going to squeeze the trigger on my pistol and fire.
Do it. Lots of damage.
Boom.
Come on, green dice, don't let us down.
Wait. Don't roll. That's got to be upgraded because he's engaged. We said he was engaged with Nicola.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it's versus a red
one
instead of a
red.
purple.
One red. All right, let's see.
You hit.
Okay.
That's right. All right.
Success.
So that's set. Yep, that's 7.
That's another point of damage.
Yep. Bullets
How much
just
does he have?
flying
Can
and
you tell us?
This thing, from what you can see that you've done to it, you are just totally whittling away at the armor. Really, just house like 1,000 cuts. Go ahead and everybody make a vigilance roll against 2 purples, and make these separately.
Yeah, 1 success, 1 advantage.
failure, but 2 advantage.
Okay.
1
Success
and
and a threat. Okay.
Cool. So let's see. So Nicola and Nock, even though you've not done anything, you're both like, or you've done stuff, you feel very ineffective. You're looking at it going, and you realize that even though the armor isn't doing much, you're looking at instead of like looking for damage on the armor, you're looking at the body itself, and you see that the body is like huffing and puffing.
Okay.
With like the body looks fatigued.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna jump in there.
Okay.
So I noticed that he has that. Like, I stop for a second and actually assess the battle because that's what I do. So then I'm able to see the man is hurting. The man is tired. We gotta keep chipping away at this guy. So I get those in there. So I move him. I'm gonna aim. Use my fleet of paw to get into engaged.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack. I have no points to flip, but there we go. 2 purple.
Here, wait. Oh, okay.
Mother trucker.
So you've got a failure, but you've got 3 advantages. You're running up and you are doing everything you can, causing it, but with that huffing and puffing, it seems like he's drawn on some sort of power source trying to stay alive.
I just cannot get through this guy. So yeah, Nock is I'm frustrated, man. You know, I'm hacking, my friends are hurting, and I'm just like ineffective. I'm supposed to be this badass, you know, I'm in the arena, no one can touch me. But out on the street, this bot is just giving me a run for my money. And it's hitting me because failure is my weakness, right? So like it's starting to get to me. He hates not being good at what he does, so I think he's starting to stress out here. But the advantage is going to be what can I do to him? I missed the attack. I'm trying to think of something like I can do with like the setting to like screw him up, like something in the alleyway.
Let's see. We're in an alleyway. There's dumpsters and crates and whatnot about trash and stuff. So,
Is it better to give you boost die or give him the setback die?
Well, if you're trying to hurt him, boost dice.
Yeah.
Give me a boost die. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I invigorate Neek. He sees me just trying to like give it my best, and it's not doing much, and he wants to like help. It just gives him an extra bit of oomph to fire things off. So I'll give him all 3 of those.
All right. Since he's next, you're totally able to do that.
Sweet.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is
Remember, you're
pull off my
engaged.
belt buckle. Okay. I think that's just an additional purple. Is that right?
Yeah, for close combat, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to add that in for it.
Can I make a move to disengage and then be at short range?
Absolutely.
Or is he like okay? So I'll spend a maneuver to disengage, and I'm gonna pull off my belt buckle, and it's like an oblong shape, and it's got gears and like little hoses and stuff inside of it, and I'm just gonna hold it up in front of me, and it's gonna cause a concussive wave. So I'm basically doing an attack with impact, and it's gonna cause the knockdown quality and disorient quality.
Nice.
So yeah. Foos. Damn it.
Oh,
Advantage.
This dice roller has turned on you guys.
Yeah,
apparently
for sure.
So again, this is like y'all. This guy is literally doing everything he possibly can to stay out of the way of everything that you're doing, and with basically looking at these rolls, the way that this fight has gone is he's gotten like a couple of really good smacks in with spells or with at close range or with that blast, but he spent the rest of the time.
You know what? I
trying
did not.
to get
I
away
didn't
from
add
you.
my boost.
Well, roll that boost die.
Just one.
Yep.
Oh. All right, it's fine. Damn. Okay, I'd like to spend the advantage to cancel out the strain, if that's okay.
Okay. Yep.
This might take a while. So since it was just my belt buckle, it didn't cost me any strain to like put together an object real quick.
Seeing how bad this is getting, you watch him glare right into your faces, and then he is going to. So this is tough. He's only engaged at this point with knock, and so he is going to use a maneuver to go from engaged to short, past knock to the end of the alley, and he's going to move out into the street with his second maneuver.
Is he running?
Okay, I mean, okay, if you wanted him to keep fighting you.
No, I'm shocked and quite happy about what's happening. Let's get the
Okay, I mean, we can keep fighting him, but let's keep fighting him.
No, God no. God no. We can't hit him.
So he's not away. He's just at medium range from all of you now.
Yeah. So he just backed up.
And PC slots.
So I think we're gonna look at each other and maybe go the other direction. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, here before we head the other direction, Laura's still a bit mad, so she's just gonna take one final shot with her pistol.
With her pistol, not with her magic?
You know what? Yeah, let's change that. One,
you can do it.
One final magic blast again. She's using Arcana again. She's pulling in energy from all the energy sources around her for another blast.
If you can kill this guy, that glove is available.
Yeah, and then adding range, so that's 2 purple, and then For the heck of it, I also add deadly, so that's 3 purple.
Okay.
All right. Come on. Give me something, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Not enough to crit, but eh.
Hey, 2 hits and advantage. That works.
Yep, that's a 5 damage, which probably isn't near enough, but
The armor soaks it all.
yeah. So with that advantage, I'll recover my strain.
All right. Anybody else? Next PC?
Knock, what do you think?
Go do it. I want to see you guys do it.
Is Knock out? Did he drop? Mitch?
Mitch, you're muted.
Talking to himself again.
I didn't know I got muted that time. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I think Nock's gonna grit. He's gonna grit his teeth, let out like a growl. He's fired up. He's, I guess more of a motivation not watching Laura keep shooting at this guy, and he just books down the alley. So maneuver, and then fleet of paw to engage, and then just swinging like a madman.
Do it, man.
Miss
Do
again because he can't hit the side of the barn.
2 purples. That's it. You can
2
hit it.
purples. Don't get any boosts. I can't think of any reason I should have any. Hey-oh! 7 damage and an advantage.
All right. That whittling away. This guy is hurting.
Okay. Yeah, so he just comes in hard, bashes him with his shield, and then just like a ching, 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 the sword's bouncing off. He's just like getting a couple slices in there. Yeah.
All right. What's that advantage doing?
The advantage is definitely going to be throwing a boost die back to my man Neek. I yell some kind of encouraging, like, "Come on, Neek, drop this fool!" Something like that.
All right.
Throw a bomb. Make a bomb.
He's medium range from you. There's a guy engaged with him, and you have a boost dice.
I'm okay with getting blown up, man. Just bomb this guy.
Actually, I think I may have a better idea. I don't know. I think of this before because it's my first time playing this. It's fun. I am gonna try and so I'll move to short, I guess, short range.
Okay.
And then I will try to dispel his barrier that's around him. So dispel it says the default difficulty is 3 purple.
Yes, that barrier that appeared on him right at in the first round has already gone back down. It seemed like it was something that just popped up initially and then dropped again.
Okay, got it.
I don't want you to waste your action.
Yeah.
Me either.
Thanks, appreciate that. Man, I just all right, I will just let's see. What do I have in my coat here? So I have this little almost looks like a toy car, but instead it has wheels on it, but instead of a car, it's like it has little spikes coming out of it, but it does have little wheels on it. So I'll slide that down since they're either like fisticuffing, and I'll try and get it underneath of the bot, and then all those spikes on it are gonna like shoot up and try and hit him.
Nice.
All right, you're still going to have that red. It's still going to upgrade to a red.
So red and 2 purple,
Yes.
and then I got a boost from
From
the
yeah.
advantage on the previous roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to spend 2 more strain to cast it, you could also aim.
Let's see. No, I can't because I need to recover some strain.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you faint in an alleyway, or it's not going to
Roll
help.
what I got. Yeah. So, pop goes the weasel.
Oh.
The despair.
Luckily, though, because it missed, it does not hit him.
Okay.
The only time that you hit with a despair is if you would have normally, if you had successes. So that despair does not mean that you hit him. However, that despair, we're going to use the despair to...
Your guy, he just drops dead. That's probably a good one.
no, it's going to cause you, again, knock, you fall prone.
Oh. Okay. Good thing I'm a cat.
Sorry, I
Just
should have
jump.
warned you. I was doing that. My bad. I should. Never mind.
Nice try. It's all good.
But hey, you do have 4 advantage there.
Yeah, you got a lot of advantages.
Can I knock him prone as well?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. And he's the next
you know
spot
what?
up.
Yes,
too.
if you want to spend all 4 of those advantages to knock him prone, you can. But do know that he goes next.
Wait, so I have to stand up though. If you want to do anything. They're in the
I'll
street,
take a maneuver.
But it'll be over you. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think knocking him on his butt makes sense. And then,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just play it from there.
You knock him on his butt, and he falls over. On his turn, he stands back up. Knock. You swear that from behind the mask, you hear a... like, he feels like this is his moment now. He rears back, and he's going to... He makes it close. He makes it crit worthy. He gets a a boost dice against you because you're prone.
It's a magic, not a melee?
Oh, it's definitely magic.
Okay, so I get 1 defense at least in there.
Oh, but it's still engaged, so it's a melee attack.
Oh, okay, then 2 defense. Okay.
And I've already added in all of my purples.
Now, the prone rules, I know if I'm on the ground, I get a setback while attacking, but don't I get a defense for being on the ground? I thought there was something about...
A character gains a boost die when attacking a prone target with a melee check. So I don't get it because it's not a melee check then, so I won't get the boost die. But a prone character suffers when making a melee check from a prone position. And when a character attacks a prone target with a ranged attack, they also suffer the black dice.
Okay.
Roll. Boom.
Thank goodness.
That. Even with all those purples and blacks, he still has an advantage. He's going to use that advantage to heal a point of strain.
No.
But you can see that, like, he is holding on for dear life at this, trying to kill you guys.
It is crazy how long and tedious this guy has been just batting us around. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do one of those like cool spring flip kick things where you like
jump up
onto my feet. Yeah. Sword and shield still in hand. So that's a maneuver. And then I'm gonna aim for 2 strain. And then I'm going to attack this fool.
Do it. 2 purples.
1 and 2 and 2. The other thing. Yes! 7, 8, 9. 9 damage and an advantage.
And tell me how this guy drops.
So it's just been this crazy trade. He's been taking like all these hits. Well, there's not a lot of hits, but he's just been like sucking up the damage and dodging and just battering us around. So I do that kick up onto my feet. I come in with the shield and just kind of knock him off balance. And then I think it'd be a couple quick thrusts into the gut. The armor's absorbing most of it. On the last strike, the sword comes back, and I can see something shimmer, and you can tell like something just powered down, like just like. And I knew Knock can see there's a weakness there, and he comes in with like an overhand right at the collarbone, and just it goes right through. Does that kind of make sense of that? Narratively, like the armor just stopped being as powerful as it was, and just
the armor absolutely is not working at this point.
Yeah, okay.
You each now get 1 beat to do something with before you have to take off running. What do you want to do?
He had no melee weapon. It was just the suit and the magic, correct?
The glove.
Yeah, he
power glove.
He has his glove. Yeah.
Okay.
So Laura is going to walk over to the down bot, and she's going to look at his power glove and think that, you know, hey, this might help her control her powers a bit better, and she's going to try to snatch it off of him if she can.
Yeah. I can just cut his arm off if you can't get it off his arm, and then take the arm.
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing at this point with what you want to do to it that, like, the armor doesn't stop you from doing that anymore. If you want to pull the glove off, pull the glove off. If you want to cut the arm off for her, cut the arm off for her.
Well, she can pull it off. I'll just let her pull it off.
Yeah, just I'll pull it off.
So this glove is easily like padded metallic style glove. But what sticks out about this glove is that it comes up to the elbow and with full on padding throughout the entire arm. But on the back of the forearm is a long elongated slot.
Mm-hmm.
And embedded into that slot is a wand.
Ah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Fascinating construct.
Yeah. So it's basically just a magic wand, but in glove form.
Right, but what if you wanted to get the wand out? It's going to take some mechanics work to get that done, or you can just use it with the glove. And if it comes at any point, like you'd probably want to maybe try to hide the glove in some way while you wear it, because it's obvious that it belongs to a suppressor.
Yeah, she'll take the whole glove, and then she'll think about what to do with it later. But she's taking the whole thing.
Okay.
Knock kind of chuckles a bit. He's like, "That's gonna look good on you." And then, is there anything else? Is there anything worth ransacking on the body? Like, is there any kind of useful ID chips or money or anything that's gonna like be advantageous, but from searching him, or are they pretty much just stocked like a trooper? You know, there's nothing on them but their armor and.
You know what? Sure. Let's make this work something, and let's to give you guys all the help we can get, because these guys are obviously not rare creatures in this world.
Mm-hmm.
You do find a cred stick with 200 credits on it.
Nice.
And Nikolai.
So I'm gonna stumble up to those guys. I've so much strain. My veins are popping out on my bulbous head, and I'm seeing spots, and like mentally I'm pretty drained. So I'm gonna suggest to my comrades that we go back to the hideout and come up with a plan for going to the distillery. because right now I don't think I can handle another engagement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I think to knock too, like you'd be like just did not work out. We need to go back and recoup and think things through.
Yeah.
Cool. You don't want to search the body for anything then? You don't want to look it over? Or...
Sure, I'll do a quick. Yeah, sir. I'll do a quick perception. Whatever.
Cool. Then with that beat, you take a look at the body and looking through it, you pop off that sucker's helmet, and the dude under it just looks exhausted, like that. Except for those stabs straight through the gut and through his armor, like he looks pale and sick, and not just from blood loss. However, from that helmet, giving it a quick look over, you think that you could either take it to someone, or that it could be done. That if you take parts of it away, you could use some of the lenses to make night vision goggles.
Interesting.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll find a pocket for that.
Yeah.
Cool. From there, go ahead. Last thing I'm going to have you guys do is roll your cool or your discipline to regain strain. There's no purples or blacks in that. Just straight up roll. Every success. All.
Amazing. All advantage.
I got 3 success, and that's for strain.
Yep.
So I'm down to 0 strain, 2 wounds.
And from there, you guys, having narrowly won, you limp back through the streets to your hideout, and successfully making it back to your hideout from that point. And that's where we will stop. And in our next game, you guys can, if you want to, you can pick up going after the box, or we can go with another GM. So I'm going to go ahead and close down. Thank you if anybody watches it. And as always, thank you guys for letting me run for you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you.
Thanks, Jim.